It's exciting Indiana high school football on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. Tonight's broadcast is driven by Greg Hubler Ford and brought to you by Werner Financial, by Universal Roofing, by The Mower Shop, Genesis Sports Performance, Peterman Heating and Cooling, and by Dreyer Reinbold Infinity. Indiana high school football on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
We're coming at you live from Muncie, Indiana, with another edition of Indiana High School Sports, high school football on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. My name is Colin Nichols, joined by Vince Reimer. We're here for Week 4, and we're back at a very familiar site, Delta High School, as they look to host the visiting Yorktown Tigers, a true definition of what I think is small-town rivalry. Both of these teams, Vince, came out in great manner. The fans out and about. Great night for high school football, and on top of that, senior night for the Delta Eagles as well. Vince, I'll go ahead and turn it to you. Two teams coming in looking to fight tonight, two teams that know what it means to compete. Delta looking to stay undefeated at 3-0 so far on the season. Yorktown looking to stay ranked in the top 15 for Class 3A football. 2-1 their record on the year, currently sitting at the 13th spot.
Yeah, we've got two solid teams here that have really complete rosters. When we were here 2 weeks ago, Delta pulled away, had an amazing win to stretch it out to 2-0. They won last week, so they're still undefeated. As for Yorktown, 2-1 on the year. The reason that this game is so important, too, and has that rivalry aspect, they played last year. Yorktown got them both times, including in the playoffs for the season. So there's a lot to look forward to here tonight, and I expect everybody to be on their best performances.
Both teams have one conference game under their belts, and we'll start with a flashback to Delta, who opened conference play on the road in Shelbyville. Snuck away with a 21-14 final score win. Quarterback Bronson Edwards led the charge for the Eagles. 2 touchdowns, hair over 200 yards on the night, and a 52% completion percentage. Impressive numbers for the junior quarterback, looking to come out and do the same this evening.
Yeah, Bronson Edwards, very solid at the quarterback position, has a QBR on the season of 77. He's a guy you can rely on when the run game is not going well to, complete passes in the short game. Haven't seen him really break out and throw the long game, but the run game is really what I'm interested in seeing tonight. Both halfbacks able to get it done and carry their teams when the going gets tough. You got Aiden Ewing for the Yorktown Tigers, 36 carries, 234 yards, and 6 touchdowns on the season. When you need a score, you can go to your running backs. As for Delta, he had 4 touchdowns the last time we were here. That's Nolan Carpenter, 356 yards on the year and 8 touchdowns on the season.
Putting up some good numbers from the backfield. On the other end of the field for Yorktown, they lost their first contest of the year in conference to a tough New Palestine team. Final score of that one, 30-22. Senior quarterback Mason Moulton struggled against the Dragons. Only 186 yards, a single touchdown, 3 interceptions. And he'd only thrown 2 interceptions in the first 2 or 3 weeks of play, bringing his total of 5 on the year. Having seen Delta play once already this season, with a defense that thrives on mistakes, especially from opposing quarterbacks, that's not going to fly when you're trying to bring home a win for the Tigers tonight.
Yeah, that performance I wouldn't expect to be emulated here. It's kind of an outlier when you look at statistics and what truly happened when you go back in time and evaluate it. But Moulton's the type of guy who can really launch it, even if he's having a tough time with completions. He's going to launch it and keep his confidence in check here. Edwards, not the same type of quarterback exactly, a lot more composed, not willing to take as many risks. But when Moulton's on, he's an absolute stellar weapon at quarterback.
Yorktown coming off of a great year last season, made it all the way to the regional championship, ended up losing to Chittard, who would go on to win the state title in Class 3A. So this team knows what it's like to be in a big moment. Obviously been there once before, didn't work out in their favor, but now you know what it's like to be in that moment. The Tigers played the Eagles twice last year, like you said earlier, both times able to come away with wins. Final score in the regular season, 35-21, and then a 10-7 shootout battle in sectionals. 2 losses in the same season to the same team in high school football. Very rare occurrence that it happens that you play a team in the regular season and then turn around and play them in your sectional as well. That's going to leave a bitter taste in Delta's mouth, 100% guaranteed. Coach Overholt, I guarantee he is ready, firing up his boys in the locker room right now with just under 10 minutes to go before we get to kickoff. What do you think's going on in that locker room right now to try and get this team hyped up and ready to go to try and reclaim one of those wins from last season?
Well, I think Coach Overton has given them a heck of a speech, making sure they're ready to come out. But I think the big thing is keeping your composure. Getting too reckless early on in the game could either cause mistakes or fatigue your players, really take you out of a, correct mentality to start the game. So I would say just limit the turnovers, make sure you don't make any silly mistakes to start out. But as for both teams, I expect the run game to kind of carry the load early on. One thing that's also relevant, usually this is assumed, but most of the players that played in those rivalry games last year between these teams are playing tonight as well. So you've got a lot of personal elements that are involved in this game as well.
Both of these teams very upper class heavy, and you look at the offensive stats for both sides. 13 touchdowns for Delta, 17 for Yorktown. A 53% completion percentage for Delta as opposed to Yorktown's 48. And then you look at some of the rush numbers. 686 rush yards on the year for the Eagles. For the Tigers, only 410. So the rush game, clearly a bigger impact on the side of the Delta Eagles. Do you see that aspect coming into play tonight, or do you think it's going to be kind of a shootout on the ground and it's going to come down to who can air the ball out and connect more with the receivers?
Yeah, I'm going to say that Delta, as my prediction goes, is not going to need to throw the ball as much. They've been very reliant on Carpenter and also Caden Bond, who's a very versatile weapon out there to run the ball. The thing with Yorktown is they're very offensively reliant. They take a lot of risks, have, a lot of versatile play calling. They can rely on Moulton to throw the ball, but also very typically rely on Ewing to run the ball here. So I expect Delta to do their thing and run the ball. If that doesn't work out, then maybe Edwards takes a few more risks and airs it out deep. But so far this year, we haven't seen anyone slow down Delta's run game.
On the defensive side of things now, you look at the Delta Eagles, 13.5 sacks on the year already, and we're only in week 4. Those first 13.5 obviously coming in the first 3 weeks. So that is where they're going to thrive tonight, bringing guys from a little bit of that secondary, the linebacking core. The biggest one that I see so far, Landon Brooks, 5 sacks on the year. And then on the other side, the other outside linebacker, Nash Kiesling, 4 sacks on the year, 9 of the 13.5 total coming from 2 linebackers. But you take it to the other side for Yorktown. Yorktown, not so big on the sacks, only 3 so far on the year, but they have 18 QB hurries. So they're causing some sort of distraction, and that is leading to their big number, 7 interceptions for the through the first 3 weeks of high school football. Do you think it's going to come down to more of a who can put more pressure, or is it going to come up to who's going to make the mistakes on the offensive side? I mean, you see it, 13.5 sacks compared to 3 sacks, but then you've got 7 interceptions on the side for Yorktown.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting question just because both of these defenses kind of read the opposing offense in different ways. As you mentioned, Yorktown kind of baits their opponents in more of a zone scheme, much more likely to not wait for their opponent, I should say, but kind of see what direction they're going. As for Delta, they're much more of a pressure-heavy defense, just absolutely come out there and hit them. We haven't seen Delta really been tested in the passing game as well this year, so they're looking to see Mason Moulton tonight and how that matchup's going to turn out. That side of the ball is what I'm most interested in, Yorktown's offense against Delta's defense.
Yorktown's defense, too, you talked about a big zone spread, what they typically like to run in terms of defensive setup. Their starting lineup, 3 men on the line, 5 linebackers, and only 3 sitting back in the secondary. Not a lineup that you typically see as your go-to lineup. Typically, you'll see them shift into a 3-5-3 setup, but most of the time, you're going to see a 4-3-3, or on the other side of that, you're going to see a 4-3-4 setup in terms of a defense. 4 in the secondary, 4 on the line, and only 3 in the middle. Having 5 linebackers can be huge, especially against a team like Delta, who offensively isn't looking to air that ball out super far down the field. Really try to keep it across the middle with some slants and some simple out routes.
Yeah, whatever works best for your defense is what you have to go with. Even though it might be an atypical scheme, this 5 linebacker core is something that Yorktown really relies on, and it allows them to really space around the field.
You can see it on your screen, the marching band for Delta out on the field, the cheerleaders getting everybody amped up and ready to go. The Delta Eagles take their sideline, Yorktown takes theirs, and we'll take a break here for the national anthem and player introductions and be back in just over 4 minutes with the visiting Yorktown Tigers here at Delta High School to take on the Delta Eagles on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. and a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Greg Hubler Ford, promise kept.
Looking for training that makes a difference? Then Genesis Sports Performance is for you. Whether you're a grade school, high school, or college athlete, or just looking to get back into shape, Genesis has customized programs providing rapid gains in strength and conditioning, speed and agility. Genesis features a 7,000 square foot facility with state-of-the-art weight room and huge turf surface. Call Genesis at 386-7459 or visit them at genesissportsperformance.com.
Time for bed.
Story, please, Daddy.
Which one would you like tonight?
Free furnace, free furnace.
We read that one all last month.
But it's my favorite.
All right, one more month. Once upon a time, there was a trusted, friendly company called Peterman Brothers who sought to provide a free furnace to all.
Was it really free?
It was. For whenever someone bought a qualifying AC system, the furnace was indeed free. Just visit petermanhvac.com to schedule online.
The Mower Shop in Fishers is the one-stop shop for all of your lawn maintenance needs. We have a huge selection of Honda and Toro lawnmowers in stock and even more to choose from online. Plus, we carry parts and accessories with super fast shipping. Just need maintenance or repairs? We offer that too, and we'll even deliver. The Mower Shop, family owned for more than 20 years. Visit our showroom just west of State Road 37 in Fishers or shop online at themowershop.com.
We're back live on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com for the matchup of the Delta Eagles taking on the visiting Yorktown Tigers. My name is Colin Nichols, joined by Vince Reimer here in the press box. Vince, it's a great night for high school football. We've got just a minute and 40 seconds before kickoff is underway. I got to tell you, I could not be more excited to see these two teams go at it. The undefeated 3-0 Delta Eagles versus the 2-1, number 13 ranked in Class 3A football in the state, Yorktown Tigers. A big matchup is what we've got in front of us tonight. And by the way, before we get things underway, if you want to follow us on the X app, follow us at INDHS Sports. That will give you all of your video coverage and quick clips from all over the state, Indiana, Indianapolis, and Muncie. You can also head to our website, IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. You see the Muncie link and the Indianapolis link top of the screen. Scan the QR code to the right side, and that is going to give you the opportunity to sign up for those live text updates when your favorite team scores, so you don't miss a beat. Great night for tonight. If you got to work and you unfortunately can't be in the great environment we're in and you're keeping up with Yorktown or Delta, guess what? You won't miss a beat. You're going to get an update the second they score.
Yeah, absolutely amazing, the updates we've made. So follow us on X. If you haven't already, we've got an interesting matchup, a senior night, an early senior night on the season for the Delta Eagles as they take on Yorktown. As we mentioned earlier in the pregame, met 2 times last year. Yorktown got the best of both of them. We're looking right now at midfield to see who wins the coin toss and who's going to receive the ball first.
And as we wait on that, with an opportunity to stay undefeated and reclaim one of the 2 losses last year from Yorktown, Delta has a lot of pressure on their shoulders. Senior night on top of that, no senior wants to go out with their loss at home for senior night. And it would appear after the toss, Yorktown has won the toss, deferred, and will kick to the right side of your screen to the Delta Eagles, who are going to start out on the offensive side of the ball. Both teams out on the field, getting ready to go. This is one of the biggest matchups in terms of small-town rivalry in the state of Indiana. What I said in pregame, I think the matchup that defines what a true small-town rivalry is up here in the Muncie area.
Yeah, and I think tonight we're looking at a high-scoring game. Both offenses really hot to start the year as opposed to last year, kind of still figuring things out, growing up on the offensive side of the ball. But we're going to have Delta receiving the kickoff first here. Going to see what they have to bring. It's going to come down to a night of who wants it more. Delta undefeated on the season, trying to get to 4-0, and Yorktown trying to get to 3-1 on the year. Both of these teams have potential come postseason time, given their experience and how they've already started this year.
Delta back on the receiving end, all the way back. The solo kick returner is going to be Cam Wilson. Cam Wilson, just a sophomore, so not quite up to his senior year yet. Yorktown getting ready to kick it away. The kicker for them, Henry Weaver. 12 minutes on the game clock here in the first quarter. The Delta Eagles, the Yorktown Tigers on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. If you're just now tuning in, you're tuned into a great matchup, what I think is going to be very competitive. Vince, I think you'll agree. Before we get this one started, what's your prediction for this evening?
As far as this one goes, Delta's at home tonight. They have the edge from losing last year twice. I'm going to go with Delta by a score of 30-24.
And here we go. Opening kickoff just seconds away. The whistle blows. Back to return Cam Wilson for the Eagles. Delta's faithful. Loud. Here goes the run up. The kick is away. It's going to be a short one up the middle. And the Eagles will return to the 35-37 yard line. And that is where things will kick off for us. 1st and 10, Delta Eagles.
I expected Delta to come out and use their run game to their advantage early and test Yorktown, see how much pressure they're going to apply, and really what works easiest for the Eagles.
Bronson Edwards jogging out onto the field to lead his team to a potential victory in a still undefeated season this evening. They'll break the huddle and head out in the shotgun formation on that far hash. It's a 1st and 10 from their own 37. Stack trips to the near side. Man in motion. Off the snap, rolling out to his left is Edwards. Edwards, a completion across the 50-yard line. Ball is out of bounds, and what a throw and catch. Huge one to Johnny Maynard. 1st down and 10 for the Eagles.
Maynard's a guy who has 256 receiving yards on the year, a big play type of guy, and what a play to build your confidence and start this game off strong.
Edwards getting the call from his sidelines. And will now head back to the huddle to relay the information. And that's a big start to the game for the Eagles. Going in the air, first play from scrimmage and picking up big. It's the gun formation again for Bronson Edwards. In Tiger territory at the 48. Handoff up the middle and plenty of running room for Carpenter. Carpenter down to the 31-yard line, and that is where he will be dropped. 1st down and 10 on 2 plays in a row for Delta. The offense marching down the field.
Yeah, Nolan Carpenter's a hard guy to stop in general. 6 foot, 200 pounds, absolute train running the football. It's going to be a difficult time stopping him tonight for the Tigers.
1st and 10 now from the Tigers' 32-yard line. Edwards breaks the huddle, back out in the gun formation again. 2 backs in the backfield. This time a handoff going up the middle to Lennis, and Lennis is going to be dropped in the backfield. A tackle for a loss makes it 2nd down and 13.
I think Yorktown realizes now that the run game is going to be the most prevalent thing going for Delta all night. Going to see how Delta mixes it up. That's really the question. They haven't been forced too many times this year to mix things up.
Correction, that was Bond on the carry for the Delta Eagles. 11 minutes to go in the first quarter. No score on the board. If you're just now tuning in, it's a 2nd down and 13 for the Delta Eagles in Yorktown territory, set up on the Tigers' 35. Gun formation again for Bronson Edwards. Edwards back to pass. Fires to the far side, incomplete. Just out of reach of the intended receiver. That was Damari Hood, who couldn't bring in the catch. 3rd down and 13 now for the Eagles, who started off with 2 first downs and 2 plays from scrimmage. Now have things slowed down with a 3rd and 13.
Yeah, just not great communication on that one. Probably could have been caught, but 1 for 2 so far for Edwards tonight. First time we're going to see a team tested on 3rd and long.
Edwards back to it in the gun formation on 3rd down and 13. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Off the snap, back to pass, airs one to the near sideline. It's incomplete. Crowd looking for a flag, and I think Damari Hood was looking for one as well. Got a little bit tangled up with his defender. I believe that's Cole Purdue in the secondary, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 13. 10:36 left in quarter number 1. And now comes the tough call. Too far for the field goal. Really, really short field to work with if you're looking to punt.
Yeah, very awkward field position. I'd guess the best thing to do here would be go for it. You know, punting, almost irrelevant at this point. Kicking a field goal, probably a long shot, so why not? Edwards has already completed a 14-yard pass. Let's see what he's got on 4th and 13.
4th and 13, and again, it's the gun for Bronson Edwards. Edwards gets a good snap, now back to pass. Flushed out of the pocket to his right side and has to throw it out of bounds. It's a turnover on downs, and the Tigers defense comes up huge. That front three, Julian McKay and Landon Kelly, into the backfield to flush Bronson Edwards out and force the turnover.
Now, in times like that, it's going to be the hardest for Delta to convert. We mentioned this zone scheme, kind of spacing things out better than most teams, and that's exactly what got them there. Yorktown did a great job, predicted the pass, and was able to get them off the field.
It's a 1st down and 10 for the Yorktown Tigers. Senior quarterback Mason Moulton breaks the huddle for the first time and will head out to the line of scrimmage. And he will start out in the shotgun formation on his own 35. Moulton takes the snap and takes it for himself up the middle. Little QB tuck and run, and he will be stood up after a pickup of 4. Make it 2nd down and 6 for the Tigers. 10:20 left in the first quarter. No score on the board as of yet.
Not a typical play call to start the game, but I like the decision. Get it secure in his hands and just pound up the middle and see what happens.
2nd down and 6 for the Tigers, now from their own 39. Breaking the huddle again is Moulton. He's back out in the gun, just one receiver wide to each end of the field. Moulton has one man in the backfield. Puts a runner in motion, and it's a handoff going up the middle to Ewing, and Ewing is going to be stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Make it a 3rd down and 6. That front three for Delta flying in and making things difficult.
Not rushing anything early, kind of distributing the ball fairly. 2 run plays so far. This is going to tell us a little bit about what we're going to see later in the game. Big 3rd down for Yorktown.
3rd down and 6. 9.5 minutes just under left in the first quarter. Moulton again in the shotgun, trying to avoid the 3 and out. Moulton puts a man in motion, that's Daugherty, and flags are down on the field. Awaiting the call from the officials, and I believe it will go against Yorktown.
First flag of the night.
And here's the call. It's a false start against Yorktown. That'll push them back 5 yards and make it 3rd and 6, a very difficult 3rd down and 11.
A little bit of a slow start for Yorktown, but both teams now faced with 3rd and longs. We're going to see how they come out of this. I expect us to see him launch it tonight for the first time.
Moulton will come out again in the gun. This time just 2 receivers to his left. Puts a man in motion, it's Daugherty. Back to passes Moulton. Moulton airs it out across the middle, and it's complete. What a grab for Cole Purdue. He'll take it into Delta territory. A 1st down pickup, and the Tigers are now on the 48-yard line of the Delta Eagles.
Outstanding connection. He had 2 defenders on him, kind of playing him in his zone. Great job fitting that ball in the middle, and 1st down for the Tigers for the first time tonight.
8 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first quarter. No score on the clock as of yet. It's 1st down and 10. Moulton breaks the huddle and heads back to the line of scrimmage in the shotgun formation. Moulton will take the snap. Good handoff to Ewing. Ewing trying to break to the outside, and he's going to be dragged down after a pickup of 3. Make it 2nd down and 7 for the Tigers. Clock will keep running. Yorktown finding a little spark early in the first quarter.
I do like how patient they look. They're not rushing anything, doing a good job of distributing the play calling, and the only time we've seen Moulton been called on, he's delivered.
Just over 8 minutes in quarter number 1. No one has put the ball in either end zone. So we're tied up at 0. 2nd down and 7 for the Tigers. They break the huddle. And again, Moulton stands in the backfield in the shotgun. Moulton puts a man in motion again as Daugherty. Moulton back to pass. Looking long down the far sideline and overthrown, a little miscommunication. And that's going to set up a 3rd down and 7 for the Tigers.
A little long right there. I wonder if part of this strategy, we're seeing them take their time, not really going for big plays, except for that 1 3rd and long when they had to. I'd have to think part of the strategy here is keeping Delta's offense off the field.
I believe the intended target was Quentin Williams, who was lightning fast down that far sideline, just threw it into double coverage and a little bit behind him. And that's going to set up 3rd down and 7 for Moulton and the Tigers offense. See if they can keep things alive. Back in the gun formation. Moulton back to pass, pressure up the middle, fires close to the near sideline. It's enough for the 1st down, and taking it all the way inside the 30 to the 28 of Delta territory is going to be Jace Key. We do have a flag down on the field. We await the call from the officiating crew.
That one was late. It's hard to imagine what it's going to be, but it's going to be a hold.
And it is a hold against the Tigers. So what looked like it was going to be a promising 1st down play is now going to result in a replay of 3rd down, and it's going to be 3rd down and much tougher than 3rd and 7. Marching it back 10 yards from the spot. Yorktown all the way into their own territory on their own 45-yard line. It's totally flipped the field.
It's a killer given how good that connection was on the pass. Key did a good job of hauling that one in. Now we're going to see Yorktown move back even further. 3rd and 17.
3rd down and 17 for the Tigers. Moulton in the gun. Back to pass again, airs it out across the middle, just high and out of reach for Ephraim Daughtry. Makes it 4th down and 17, and here come the punt squad for the Tigers.
Yeah, not much you can do after that. Too long to go for it again. Going to see punts by both teams to start this one. Not exactly the fast-paced action we anticipated.
A 4th down and 17 is going to bring out the punt unit for Yorktown. Good starts for both offenses. It's just a matter of which defense is going to give in first. Both defenses have lived up to the challenge. The punt from Julian McKay. High one, nice kick all the way back to be returned by the return man. That's Cam Wilson. Wilson has some running room. Wilson's going to take it to the far sideline and down to the 48 in Yorktown territory, which is where the offense for the Eagles will come back onto the field, led by Bronson Edwards.
Outstanding return. If he beat that last man, he would have gone all the way. That's something to propel the offense as they come onto the field.
There are flags down on the field. You can only assume that this one might be coming back somewhere against Delta. What a shame. That's a play for each side where a big gain of yards is going to be brought back by some laundry on the field.
Yeah, a couple crucial flags here that might have prevented the drive from being a success, but Delta is getting moved back here. Have to imagine it is a hold.
7 minutes, 6 seconds on the game clock in quarter number 1. No score on the board for either side. And still awaiting the call from the officiating crew. Will the spot stand? Will the Eagles be moved back? Very long discussion amongst the stripes down there on the field. And they will break their huddle and bring us the official call.
It's taken a little longer than we thought, but Yorktown's staying exactly where the ball was placed. Penalty happens to be on the Yorktown Tigers.
So the hold against Yorktown and a personal foul against Delta. We'll have to see where the official spot is going to be for this. Gotta love when you got two penalties that don't completely offset, and it depends where they took place on the field. Always makes it fun trying to guess where the spot's going to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Delta's going to look to start their drive here after going for a turnover on downs the last time out. Richardson did a great job running the ball, but this time it's going to look to be Bronson Edwards taking the next step and leading that offense down the field.
And Bronson Edwards started off that first possession hot, a 14-yard completion to Johnny Maynard, the senior receiver. He's got 17 receptions, now 18, with 298 yards on the season with that 14-yard pickup. Still no touchdowns to his name as of yet. He's looking to change that tonight. And the penalties will offset, so we're going to redo the punt. Yorktown's going to have a second opportunity to punt this away. And now comes a little bit of crunch time for Delta. Are you going to be able to match that last return? Make it better, make it worse? This is what makes high school football so interesting.
You know, it's the most interesting officiating display that we've seen so far this season. You have to think, you know, Yorktown's happy that this one is going to be re-kicked. It was a good return by Wilson, so we're going to see if Yorktown can get him down early.
Julian McKay will be back to punt again for the Tigers. And back to return Cam Wilson. Another good punt. Clear back to the return man. That's not Wilson, that's Johnny Maynard. Maynard coming to the near sidelines, and it's going to be a little bit worse field position for the Eagles. But they will still start off 1st and 10 from their own 34.
Yeah, both offenses are still trying to get their feet set in. A little bit of sloppy play early on. Run game starting to get going, so this is really going to tell the story of how the game progresses here.
Bronson Edwards will break the huddle and head to the line of scrimmage to start the second offensive possession for the Eagles. Goes out under center. Puts a man in motion, and it's a handoff up the middle, and plenty of running room for Nolan Carpenter, who will take it in to Yorktown territory. A 1st down and 10 now at the Tigers' 49-yard line.
Carpenter doing what he does best. Absolutely outstanding job getting the yardage back that was taken away from the penalty on that previous punt. So Delta moving down the field. Carpenter carrying the load. This is what we've been accustomed to seeing from Delta.
Eagles offense back to the line of scrimmage. It's Edwards under center. Edwards puts a man in motion. Again, the handoff to Nolan Carpenter up the middle, and Carpenter, decent pickup, call it 4 yards, makes it 2nd down and 6 for the Eagles offense.
Yeah, this is going to be a long night for Yorktown if they don't get to the point of attack here. Carpenter's just having his way at this point. It's going to be a long night if they can't get that under control.
2nd down and 6 for the Eagles. Break the huddle and back out to the line of scrimmage, now back into the shotgun for Bronson Edwards. Edwards back to pass for the first time this possession, and it's a good completion. Ball is out of bounds, clock will stop. It's a 1st down and 10, and that's complete to Caden Bond.
It's an outstanding job hauling the ball in. Tough catch, contact was made right at the point of the catch. 1st down, Delta Eagles.
5 minutes and 47 seconds on the game clock. No score for either side as of yet. Delta with a 1st down now at the Yorktown 37-yard line. Shotgun in formation again for Edwards. Edwards hands off to Carpenter up the middle. Carpenter's going to be dragged down. Short pickup of 3 makes it 2nd down and 7 for the Eagles offense.
Yeah, if it's not broke, they're not going to fix it. Carpenter's doing a great job out there. If things do slow down, they have Caden Bond, who's very capable of running the ball as well. So Delta doing a good job. Best drive so far of the game we're seeing from the Eagles.
Bronson Edwards will move back up under center for this 2nd down and 7 play. Puts a man in motion. It's Jones. It's a handoff to Jones, and Jones escapes one tackle but is wrapped up and slung down in the backfield by a slew of Tigers defenders. Takes us under 5 minutes in a big 3rd down situation coming up for the Delta offense.
Every time we see a good drive getting started, the defense does respond. That time, Yorktown doing a great job of getting the runner down, even though they didn't really read the play off of the snap. But Delta's going to be tested now. This is the second time we've seen them with a 3rd and long, both times at midfield.
3rd down and 13 for the Eagles, set up at Yorktown's 40. Gun formation for Edwards. Edwards back to pass, airs one out to the near sideline. It's complete, caught by Johnny Maynard, and he is going to be brought down very close to the 1st down, but just a couple of yards short. We'll see where the official spot is, and that was a heck of a grab by Johnny Maynard. Went up, got it, stuck with it all the way to the floor.
The second 1st down catch of the night. You can call him Mr. Reliable because every time they need him to make a big play, he's there. And an outstanding job of hauling it in, too. Not an easy catch.
4th down and 2 for the Eagles offense. And Bronson Edwards will stay on the field. Clearly a go-for-it situation. Just 5 seconds on the play clock. Edwards in the gun. Tries the hard count, and a timeout will have to be taken.
Timeout, Delta.
By the Eagles offense. While we do have a timeout, we're going to go ahead and take a break and send it to a couple of our sponsors. Make these broadcasts possible for us every week. It's the Yorktown Tigers versus the Delta Eagles on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Hi, my name is Jason Werner of Werner Financial, an independent investment firm here in Indianapolis. With 10 years of experience as an independent advisor, we provide value to our clients by creating customized investment solutions ranging from managed personal portfolios, 401k planning, and income distribution for retirement plans. We have built Werner Financial with a strong focus in research, diligence to all of our plans, and strong communication with every client. We would love the opportunity to show you our process with a no-cost consultation to discuss your financial future.
Back live at Delta High School. It's the Yorktown Tigers visiting the Delta Eagles on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. Colin Eccles joined by Vince Reimer. We've got no score in the first quarter, 3:49 left on the game clock, and a 4th down and 2 situation for quarterback Bronson Edwards in the Eagles offense. Edwards will go back to the line under center. Single man in the backfield is Ryder Turner. Man in motion is Jones. It's a flip to the outside. It's going to be plenty of running room for Nolan Carpenter. Carpenter's got more running room, and he will finally be brought down, but not before a big 1st down pickup for the Delta Eagles offense.
Great game there. Reliable as always. Nolan Carpenter on a 4th and 2. Didn't have it easy either. Had to go to the outside, but regardless, he delivers on the play. Delta's put together so far the best drive of the game.
1st down and 10 for the Eagles. The 12-yard line in Yorktown territory. Bronson Edwards and Nolan Carpenter, obviously the duo to watch in terms of the run game for Delta's offense. Edwards back out in the gun. 2 to his right, 1 to his left. Puts a man in motion, and we've got a timeout called by Yorktown. With that being said, we'll take another quick timeout to hear from one more of our sponsors, and then we'll be right back. The final 3 minutes and 41 seconds of action in quarter number 1, the Yorktown Tigers and the Delta Eagles on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
Back on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com, Colin Eccles and Vince Reimer coming at you from Delta High School. The matchup, the Tigers from Yorktown, the Eagles from Delta. 1st down and 10 for the Eagles offense. 3:41 left in quarter number 1. Still no score on the board. Very low scoring affair through this first quarter.
This right here's a great opportunity. We're going to see Edwards line up in the shotgun on a 1st and 10.
Edwards. The handoff to Carpenter up the middle, and Carpenter's going to get a couple, but it's going to be just a couple and set up a 2nd down and long. for the Eagles offense.
It's going to take team tackling to bring him down. About a 2nd and 7 to go here for Delta as they approach the end zone for the first time tonight.
2nd and 7, Edwards jogging it back to the huddle. He's got 20 seconds on the play clock, plenty of time to get something cooked up for his offense. Just over 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Eagles knocking on the door, possibly putting the first points on the board. Again, the handoff up the middle to Carpenter, and Carpenter can't go anywhere. In fact, he's going to go backwards a couple. 3rd down and even longer. They get a 3rd down and 10 for the Delta offense.
Great job by Yorktown reading that one. They've been able to recover a few times after big plays and force Delta into another 3rd and long.
Delta's been decent on the 3rd and long so far tonight, able to set up that 4th down and 2 conversion earlier. See if they can keep their drive alive right here. It's a 1st and 10 for the Eagles from the Yorktown 12. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left in the first, and Edwards again back in the gun. Edwards will drop back to pass, pump fakes once, now has to roll out to his right. Pressure up the middle, close to the line of scrimmage, to the back of the end zone, and caught. A touchdown for the Delta Eagles, and it's complete to Jalen Jones coming out of the backfield. 2 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock. Delta now leads 6-0 here in the first quarter.
Outstanding catch. Not the play they expected to see develop there, but Jones did a good job hanging in the play, staying into the corner of the end zone. Great find by Bronson Edwards there into the end zone.
Bronson Edwards very comfortable in that pocket, flushed out, stepped up. A classic move of the pocket. Fires the back of the end zone. Absolute dart complete to Jalen Jones.
Throw into his offside, too, as a lefty. That one gets blocked. Outstanding job from Yorktown blocking that extra point attempt.
And that makes Braden Stanley 12 for 13 on PATs this year. His first miss of the season comes from a blocked PAT, but still a 6-0 lead for the Delta Eagles. I tell you what, when a drive looks like it could die multiple times for an offense, Bronson Edwards able to step up and produce, along with Nolan Carpenter, a couple of big runs, and then finally that clutch pass to the back of the end zone to Jalen Jones to put the Eagles up with the first score of the evening.
And he looks very good tonight. Looks like he's developing, doing a great job of not panicking, keeping things right on track. Delta strikes first, not the way we expected to see it. But 2:05 remaining here in the first quarter of action.
Setting up to kick it away for the Eagles is Braden Stanley, who just missed the PAT. His first miss of the year, keeps the score at 6-0 in favor of Delta. The return men back for the Yorktown Tigers is Webster and Daughtery. Here comes the kick. It is low and back to be fielded by Daughtery. He'll take it from the 5. Daughtery with some run room on the near side. Daughtery has a hole. Daughtery to midfield. Couple men to beat, and he will take it clear inside the 40, which is where he's brought down. Heck of a run back, which will set up the Tigers offense in great field position to try and answer that touchdown.
That'll spark plug your offense right there. Great job on the return. Once he saw that corner, he got about an extra 40 yards on that. So already into Delta's territory are the Tigers.
Daugherty took that from the 5-yard line clear into the 35 in Delta territory. With under 2 minutes to go, it's a 1st down and 10. Moulton breaks huddle and goes with the gun formation. And we've got another timeout on the field taken by Yorktown. After a huge return, you want to talk about flipping the momentum back into your favor after a drive where they had an opportunity to shut down the Eagles offense on multiple occasions and then are able to turn it around into a huge return like that, set themselves up for some success. This could end up being the shootout, high-scoring ball game that we thought it would be after this first quarter.
Yeah, especially after getting help from your special teams like that. It's been an interesting start after, that blocked extra point. But great return nonetheless by Yorktown. We're going to see what they have. Only about 35 yards to go from the end zone. So, yeah, just under 2 minutes to go here. Yorktown with a great opportunity to put some points on the board right before the end of the first.
Delta started by receiving the opening kickoff at the beginning of this contest, which means Yorktown will have it starting in the second half. We're not even through the first quarter. It's a 6-0 ball game. Eagles lead the Tigers. After a pass, quarterback Bronson Edwards to Jalen Jones. First down and 10 opportunity. Moulton breaks huddle and will stick with the gun formation from the Delta 35. Moulton up into the pistol. Fakes the handoff, now back to pass. Airs one out well down the middle of the field, and it's caught. First play from scrimmage. It's a touchdown. Complete to Quentin Williams. What a throw from the quarterback Mason Moulton, who a week ago threw 3 interceptions and only had 186 yards on the evening. Ties this one up at 6 apiece. One play from scrimmage. That's all he needed to find Quentin Williams in the end zone.
Yeah, that was a timeout well spent. Whatever happened in that timeout drew up something big here. So tie ball game. Yorktown doing a great job of executing on the big play.
Tigers looking to take the lead off the foot of Julian McKay. Gibson with a good hold. McKay will sneak it through to make it a 7-6 ball game. Yorktown leads. 1:50 left in the first quarter. I tell you what, a great route run as well by Quentin Williams. Hesitation, heads towards the post, blows right past his defender, and a heck of a play drawn up by the Yorktown offense.
Yeah, that play developed beautifully. Once he beat the last man, you could tell that separation was perfect, and the ball was delivered right before he could step out of the back of the end zone. Great job by Mason Moulton.
And I'll say this too, Mason Moulton, not the prettiest throwing form I've ever seen, kind of hucks it with his entire body. Not the typical touch pass over the top that you see from a lot of quarterbacks. I tell you what, that ball was a perfect spiral, no wobble whatsoever, glided right into the hands of Williams.
Yeah, Yorktown's offense prior to that drive had been a little bit dry, a little stagnant, and having a hard time moving the ball down the field, so why not try for the big play after a giant gain on the kickoff return? That was 2 overall plays that led to the score.
Gray back is Cam Williams and Jalen Jones back to return for the Eagles, who will look to respond after that one play, one score drive from the Tigers. Here comes the kick away again by Julian McKay. McKay sends this one low once again, and the Eagles will simply fall right on top of it and take things over from their own 32. Bronson Edwards marches his offense back out onto the field to answer back.
Quick scores back-to-back by both teams. Not much movement on the clock in the last few minutes, so we're going to see what Delta has to respond here at the end of the first quarter.
A minute 48 left on the game clock. It's a 7-6 lead for Yorktown over the home Delta Eagles. Bronson Edwards starts this drive in the gun, trips to the near side. Edwards puts Jones in motion. Handoff up the middle going to Carpenter. And Carpenter will fall forward for a pickup of 4. Makes it 2nd down and 6 for the Delta offense.
I'm interested to see later in this game how Yorktown chooses to approach their offense, but Delta doing the same thing that's rendered them success so far, relying on Carpenter on the ground.
2nd down and 6 for Edwards and the Eagles. Out of the huddle again, it's the gun formation. 10 seconds left on the play clock, 1:10 left on the game clock. Jones in motion again. Edwards out to his left side, fires complete to Johnny Maynor, and he takes an absolute lick from his defender. It's going to be close to the first down, but I think it'll still be a yard short. Clock is stopped on the field. And it will be back to running.
Tigers turned on the hit stick there. That was an excellent hit by the Yorktown defense. Maynard was not happy about that one, was looking at the ref, restricting himself from saying anything further.
Noah Long, I believe, the one laying the hit. 3rd down and 1 for the offense. It's a handoff to Carpenter up the middle. He's got a few extra yards after the first down and takes it right up to the 49. 36 seconds left in the first quarter. Delta down by 1, making a quick charge up the field in the early goings of this possession.
Looks like Delta's drive is going to continue. Another 3rd down execution there by Nolan Carpenter. Doing a great job getting the ball around midfield again. Delta's doing a good job chugging the ball down the field as they did on their first scoring drive.
1st down and 10 for the Eagles. Bronson Edwards again in the gun. A little bit of a full house formation. Edwards back to pass. Airs one out near sideline. Pretty ball and nearly hauled in by Damari Hood, the intended target. Some good defense down the field from Ephraim Dougherty and Noah Long. A little bit of a dangerous pass as well for Bronson Edwards. Threw that into double coverage, but I tell you what, nice touch to try and lead Hood to the outside sideline.
Yeah, that could have been anyone's ball. He was trying to match Moulton throwing bombs, but that time incomplete. We have 5 seconds left in the first quarter. Score of 7-6. Yorktown Tigers lead.
2nd down and 10 from their own 49 for the Eagles. Again, it's the shotgun for Bronson Edwards. Puts a man in motion. It's Jones. Handoff up the middle to Carpenter. Carpenter with running room. Carpenter with a first down and takes it in to Yorktown territory to end the first quarter. 7-6 the score. Yorktown leads Delta at the end of quarter number 1. We're going to take a quick break, hear from a couple of our sponsors, then back for more of this exciting action between the Delta Eagles and the Yorktown Tigers on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Greg Hubler Ford, promise kept.
Looking for training that makes a difference? Then Genesis Sports Performance is for you. Whether you're a grade school, high school, or college athlete, or just looking to get back into shape, Genesis has customized programs providing rapid gains in strength and conditioning, speed and agility. Genesis features a 7,000 square foot facility with state-of-the-art weight room and huge turf surface. Call Genesis at 386-7459 or visit them at genesissportsperformance.com.
Back live from Delta High School on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. My name is Colin Eccles, joined by Vince Reimer. A 7-6 contest as Yorktown leads Delta at the beginning of quarter number 2. Delta offense, it's a 1st down and 10 in Yorktown territory at the Tiger 34-yard line. Bronson Edwards in the gun. Edwards hands off to Carpenter up the middle. Carpenter, plenty of running room, and he's going to take this for another Eagles first down.
Second time we've seen a big first down gain. Carpenter's having his way now. Over 50 yards on the day, and it's only the start of the second quarter.
1st down and 10 for the Eagles. They trail by 1 to the Tigers. 7-6 the score. In the second quarter, Edwards will go under center at the Yorktown 28. Puts a man in motion. And it's going to be a short gain for Caden Bond. Going to bring up a 2nd down and about 5 for Delta's offense.
It's only the second time we've seen Bond carry the ball tonight. In the game we did 2 weeks ago, he had 75 yards and a touchdown. Watch out for him to be a factor, especially if Carpenter's carries start to go down.
2nd down and 7 after the 3-yard pickup. And Bronson Edwards is back under center. Edwards puts Jones in motion. Hands off to Carpenter up the middle. He's got a hole, but he'll stumble and fall forward near the first down marker. Looks like it's going to be a 3rd down and 1 for the Eagles. Under 11 minutes to go in the first half.
So far, they've done great on 3rd down. Only 1 punt tonight. A few 3rd down conversions, you'd have to think right here this is going to be no problem for the Eagles.
3rd down and 2 for Delta's offense. Again, Edwards under center. Carpenter alone in the backfield. Jones in motion. Handoff to Carpenter up the middle, and he is going to be stuffed at the line of scrimmage. And in on the stop is Bradnick for the Tigers. Makes it 4th down and 2.
You'd have to think we're going to see a kick here, but given how efficient the run game is for the Eagles, I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it. Carpenter just kind of got stuck in the hole there and couldn't get to the outside in time.
You can really tell the difference between when the Yorktown defensive line beats this Delta O-line and vice versa. When Delta's O-line is on top of it and gets out quick, Carpenter has whatever hole to run through that he wants. And with 3 seconds on the play clock, it's going to be a timeout taken by Delta. I was saying, when the offensive line gets off quick for Delta, Noah Carpenter, plenty of room to go up the middle. And it's vice versa, easily stuffed in the backfield like he was right there.
Yeah, it's made things a chess match. This game has been competitive, kind of what we've expected to see, from both sides of the ball. We have a couple scores here, but both times it's hard to expect who takes the momentum over. This time Delta's in great scoring position, can take the lead back, but they have a big decision to make here coming up on 4th down.
The Eagles trail the Tigers 7-6 with 9:29 left in the second quarter. Very slow start to this ball game tonight, and then things turned up. A nice pass to the back of the end zone from Bronson Edwards to Jalen Jones, and then one play from scrimmage later for the Yorktown Tigers. Moulton connects with Quentin Williams in the end zone. A 35-yard dime to make things 7-6. Heck of an end to the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in quarter number 2 as the teams are back out on the field. It's a 4th and 2 situation for Delta. They'll go back to the line with Edwards in the shotgun formation. 9:29 left in the first half. Edwards tries the hard count. Now hands it up the middle to Carpenter, who is very, very close to a first down.
It's going to be
now it's all up to the spot.
Very close. Yorktown immediately signaled the other way and thought that they got the stop, and it looks like they do, unless the refs give them the extra yardage. But it looks like Yorktown gets the stop. First down, Tigers coming up here.
Heck of a stop from the Tiger defense, killing all that momentum from the Eagles, who put up some spectacular plays on that possession. Second time that the Eagles have turned the ball over on downs tonight.
Yeah, and I didn't expect there to see a 3rd and 2, 2 play selections, giving the ball to Nolan Carpenter, and they don't get the first down. That's probably the first time I've seen that.
Carpenter, a very efficient runner, 8 touchdowns so far on the year. It'll be the Tigers offense back with Moulton in the shotgun formation. Man in motion. Moulton will take the snap and keep it for himself, and he will spin forward out of one tackle and just barely pick up a yard.
It's exactly how Yorktown started the game out. Just give the ball to Moulton and let him plunge through the middle there. But as we saw, that's one of the most impressive things or aspects of the game so far, that 4th down stop by Yorktown. They're starting with the worst field position so far tonight. We're going to see how that factors into this drive.
2nd down and 8 for Yorktown. Moulton again in the gun. 2 receivers to his left, 1 out to his right. Puts a man in motion. It's Doherty. And it'll be a handoff up the middle for the Tigers that won't go too far. Aiden Ewing, the ball carrier. And he's going to be dropped for a gain of none. Makes it 3rd down and 8 for the Tigers offense.
Tough going here deep in their own territory. We're going to see what the Tigers have on 3rd down. Both teams doing a good job tonight converting on the 3rd and longs.
3rd and 8 for Yorktown, back out to the line. And Moulton will again drop back to the gun. Just one man in the backfield. Bunch trips on the far side. Moulton, the pitch out to the far side. And now a little bit of a dance going on in the backfield. It's a flea flicker back to Moulton at the 20. He's got some run room. He'll take it past the 30, and that's enough for the 1st down.
What a play. That's the kind of play right there. I saw how Ewing anticipated throwing the ball back to Moulton. Wasn't sure, delivered it perfectly, and Moulton doing a good job powering through for the 1st down.
That was Wilson Webster who's going to be credited with the pass. It sets up the 1st down for Yorktown after a slow start to that drive. They are now at their own 33-yard line, 1st down and 10. 2 wide on each end of the field, Moulton in the gun. Puts a man in motion, and it is a little shovel pass forward to Doherty, who will fall forward for maybe a half a yard to set up 2nd down and 9, give him the full yard. Yorktown leads 7-6.
This game's getting really interesting. We're seeing both sides on offense are not afraid. They've made some big plays in some risky instances. Outstanding flea flicker on that last play by Webster, delivering the ball on time here. I don't expect Yorktown to slow down at all, given the way their play selection is starting to open up.
It's the gun formation again on 2nd down and 9 for Moulton. No receivers out wide. Moulton back to pass. Scrambles out of the pocket, feels some pressure, now tucks it and runs, and Moulton will lower the shoulder and go out of bounds. Way to make something out of nothing. A decent pickup of 4 makes it 3rd down. And 4, a pickup of 5 for the Tigers offense.
Interesting situation there. Good job getting a few yards, but he took a lick going out of bounds.
Moulton, unlike most quarterbacks, lowers the shoulder and tries to dive forward for more yards. Typically, nowadays, you see the quarterback just scamper out of bounds to keep himself safe. I'll give respect to the senior quarterback on that play. Moulton again in the gun. Tries the hard count, and we've got whistles blown on the field. And it's a timeout taken by the Tigers. With that timeout, we are going to take a quick break as well. It's a 7-6 lead for Yorktown with a 3rd down and 4 coming up. They lead the Eagles from Delta, 6:50 left in this 1st half. Stay tuned in. Here come a word from our sponsors on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Time for bed.
Story, please, Daddy.
Which one would you like tonight?
Free funness, free funness.
We read that one all last month.
But it's my favorite.
All right, one more month. Once upon a time, there was a trusted, friendly company called Peterman Brothers who sought to provide a free furnace to all.
Was it really free?
It was. For whenever someone bought a qualifying AC system, the furnace was indeed free. Just visit petermanhvac.com to schedule online.
Live from Delta High School on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. It's the Yorktown Tigers and the Delta Eagles. Colin Nichols joined by Vince Reimer. It's a 3rd down and 4 for Yorktown's offense. Coming out of the timeout. Moulton in the gun. 2 receivers to either side that he chooses. Puts a man in motion. Low snap and sacked in the backfield. Flying in to make the stop is Cole Monette, who had 2 tackles for a loss coming into the evening and now has possibly one of the biggest showstoppers of his year so far.
Moulton did a good job of diving on the ball there. Almost didn't get his hands back on it, so great job securing it, making sure they didn't get a turnover and a score on that play.
4th down and long. It'll be the punt team. Julian McKay out to kick it away for the Tigers. Good snap and a good kick. Back to return is Maynard. And Maynard's going to let it roll, and it will settle at the Delta 30-yard line. The offense for the Eagles back out on the field after a crushing fourth down stop on the other end. Their second time turning it over on downs. 4th and 2, couldn't get the job done with Nolan Carpenter, and looking to retake the lead after that first touchdown of the game.
Yeah, last time out they had a surprising fourth down turnover on downs. Nolan Carpenter got the ball twice on a 3rd and 2 and 4th and 2, couldn't convert, so Delta looking to take this lead back.
6 minutes, 5 seconds left in the first half. It's the Delta offense with a 1st and 10 from their own 30. Edwards in the gun. Rolls out to his left side. A nice dot across the field, complete. And that's going to be a decent pickup. Completion, Caden Bond, the receiver.
Good job using all your weapons on the field, taking your time. Edwards has been really composed tonight, not rushing anything in the pocket.
2nd down and 1 from the spot for Delta's offense. Back out to the line in the shotgun formation is Bronson Edwards. Edwards back to pass again, launches one down the far sideline, just out of reach of Damari Hood, who, had he brought that in, had nothing but grain in front of him. Good coverage on the backside. Coming from Cole Purdue, and along with him was Jacob Boer. So 3rd down and 1 situation for the Eagles offense. They trail 7-6 to the Tigers, who beat them twice last year. Not looking to go 3 and out for Delta's offense. This time Edwards moves up under center. Man in motion is Jones. Pitch out to the near side to Carpenter, and Nolan Carpenter can't get it done again. In fact, he'll go backwards a few yards to set up the 4th down.
Didn't have much help there blocking. That was an interesting decision right there on 2nd down originally to pass the ball deep. They had a 2nd and 1. I would have thought with their run game they would have handed it off, but they find themselves now in a 4th and 4 situation with 5 minutes left in the 2nd quarter.
It is a punt situation for the Eagles. Back to punt away is Landon Brooks. 4 minutes, 45 seconds left in the first half. It's a 7-6 lead for the Yorktown Tigers. Brooks. Good snap. Nearly a blocked punt, but back to return is Webster, and he is dropped quickly. Following the punt, that is where Yorktown will take over. Is at their own 33.
Great job getting to Webster immediately. 4:30 left here in the 2nd quarter. This is a big drive coming up here for the Tigers.
1st down and 10 for the Tigers. They'll start from their own 32. This is where the officials mark the spot.
So both teams move the ball down the field pretty well now. Just can't execute when it comes to these 4th downs. Many turnovers on downs from both sides this evening.
Gun formation for Moulton. Puts a receiver in motion. And now hands off to Ewing. Ewing with a nice cut to the near side, and Ewing will go out of bounds after an 8-yard pickup. Makes it 2nd down and 2.
Eagles did a great job there of not picking up the late hit. A lot of guys closed in on the last second there. So we're going to see a 2nd and 5 for the Yorktown Tigers.
2nd and 2 for Yorktown. Long huddle to discuss the play. Now headed back to the line. Moulton will start out in more of a pistol set. 8 seconds on the play clock. Moulton takes the snap, drops back to pass. Heaves one across the middle, and it is in no man's land. And he is lucky that Zane Klein lost that one in the air. Klein could have had an easy interception.
Yeah, the last time Moulton threw the ball that long, it resulted in a touchdown. So now Yorktown are in an interesting 3rd down spot. Both offenses just really can't seem to get over the hump at this point.
3rd down and 2 with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first half. Yorktown leads Delta 7-6. Moulton will go in the gun again. 2 wide on each end of the field. 4 seconds on the play clock. And we've got flags on the field. Believe it's going to be a false start, and indeed it will be, so it'll push back 5 for Yorktown. Makes a 3rd and manageable pretty tough. Now 3rd and 7 for this Tigers offense.
Some heavy pressure at the line there, and both sides didn't exactly know what was going on. This is the second time we've seen a penalty push back a 3rd and short, now a 3rd and long. You had to think run was the first option now. I don't know about it.
Delta looked like they were going to bring the house on that last play. Had Yorktown on their heels a little bit. Draws the flag, and now they'll head out for a 3rd down and 7. Gun formation again for Moulton. He's got 3 to his far side, 1 to his near. Moulton directing traffic. Takes the snap, drops back to pass. Pressure up the middle, fires incomplete. Just underthrown. The intended target was Dougherty. And that sets up 4th down and 7 for the Tigers.
It's a back and forth battle, even with not much scoring. No scoring, actually, in the second quarter so far. Really interesting to see what kind of play calls both sides are coming out with, but nothing going here in the second quarter for either team.
4 minutes, 16 seconds left in the second quarter. McKay to punt for the Tigers. And back to return, Johnny Maynor for the Eagles. Maynor set up on his own 32. Good punt from McKay. End over end, it's going to take a Yorktown hop and roll all the way to the 25 in Delta territory, which is where the Eagles offense will take over. Here comes Bronson Edwards, the junior quarterback. He's had himself a decent night so far. 1 touchdown pass to his name, the only 6 points on the board for Delta thus far. 4 minutes and 7 seconds. He's got plenty of time to make something happen before this half is out.
Yeah, Delta's been very efficient on offense tonight, considering everything happening. It's just these 4th downs have really been an issue converting in the second quarter.
1st down and 10. Edwards under center. Edwards hands off to Carpenter. Carpenter looking for the edge on the near side. Won't find it. And he's brought down from behind Julian McKay, the defensive end. Chasing him down, 2nd down and 8 for Delta.
As of this moment, it looks like they've caught up with Delta's game plan. Carpenter, even when he gets to the outside, being brought down now. It's interesting, it did take Yorktown a little bit to figure out, but we haven't seen anyone so far this year contain him.
2nd down and 8 for the Delta offense. Edwards in the gun. Back to pass. Plenty of time now, feels some pressure and is going to fire short. Incomplete. Damari Hood, the intended target, makes it 3rd down and 8 for Delta's offense.
Nothing going there. Good pressure applied by Yorktown. Both defenses are stepping up this quarter, doing a great job of not letting anything go deep. As that first quarter, we saw some deep bombs go from both sides. So everything right now being decided at the line of scrimmage.
A 3rd down and 8 situation for the Eagles offense. They'll spread this one out a little farther. 1 out to the far side, 2 to the near. Edwards in the gun. Back to pass again. Fires a bullet to the near side. Complete to Johnny Maynor. And it is going to be pretty close to the 1st down. I believe he will get the spot and move the chains for the Delta offense.
Looked like originally his knee was down. He was concerned about that spot, but good thing he was right in territory for a 1st down.
1st and 10 for the Eagles. Bronson Edwards comes back under center. Puts Jones in motion. It's going to be a sweep to Jones coming across the line. And Jones out of bounds after a pickup of 5. Makes it a 2nd down and halfway for the Eagles.
Delta with a great opportunity. If they can control the ball here, they're not going to give Yorktown much time to respond here in the second quarter. So a lead would be a huge deal if the Eagles could do something right at the end of the second quarter.
Keep in mind the Tigers do have the opening kickoff of the second half, so they will start on the offensive side of the ball. Delta can put some points up before the end of this quarter. Could prove to be a difference maker. Handoff to Hood. Hood looking for the outside. He's got a decent pickup to make it 3rd down and 1 for the Eagles offense, setting him up in some good field position.
Rough going, not a lot of space to move with once they get a yard through the line. So good job by Yorktown again, containing the run game. We got a 2nd and 5 coming up, but a timeout first.
And it's going to be an official timeout. While we have a break in the action, we'll take a quick break for ourselves. It's a 7-6 lead for the Yorktown Tigers over the Delta Eagles on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
The Mower Shop in Fishers is the one-stop shop for all of your lawn maintenance needs. We have a huge selection of Honda and Toro lawnmowers in stock and even more to choose from online. Plus, we carry parts and accessories with super fast shipping. Just need maintenance or repairs? We offer that too, and we'll even deliver. The Mower Shop, family owned for more than 20 years. Visit our showroom just west of State Road 37 in Fishers or shop online at themowershop.com.
It's a 3rd down and short for the Delta offense on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. The Yorktown Tigers taking on the Delta Eagles, 7-6 lead for the Tigers. 2:51 left in the second quarter. Colin Nichols joined by Vince Reimer here in the Delta press box. And the officials have ruled that the ball is just short of the 1st down marker. Makes it 3rd down in inches for Delta's offense. They've been stuffed a couple of times on a 3rd down and short situation so far tonight. Capitalizing here and getting themselves in a good position to keep the drive alive could prove to be a difference maker headed into halftime.
Yeah, this next play might determine who gets the last score of the half if we see one. Delta trying to continue their drive. 3rd and 1.
3rd and inches. Edwards in the gun. Edwards hands off to Carpenter. Carpenter looks for the edge, and he's got enough for the 1st down and more. Stays on his feet and takes it farther into Yorktown territory. 1st down for the Delta Eagles. Set up at the Tigers' 40-yard line.
Doing a great job not going down, not giving up there. That's what we've seen all season from Nolan Carpenter. Another 1st down for Delta, moving the chains into the Yorktown Tigers territory.
That spin move from Nolan Carpenter, able to slip out of one tackle and keep his feet underneath him. And now it's a new 1st down and 10 situation. Bronson Edwards under center. Edwards puts Jones in motion. Will hand off to Jones around the edge. Jones has running room, and Jones is inside the 30. Jones with another 1st down pickup for Delta's offense. And they've started to pick up some speed.
Outstanding job by Jalen Jones. 1st down for the Eagles. He was the one earlier who caught that touchdown in the corner for the Eagles.
1st down and 10 for Delta from the Yorktown 29. Just over 2 minutes remaining in the 1st half. And Bronson Edwards starts under center and backs it up into the gun. 7 seconds on the play clock. Edwards hands off up the middle to Bond, who's going to slip up in the backfield and be dropped at the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10 for Delta.
It's typically what we've seen tonight from Delta. Working the Tigers, trying to see if they can work this clock down right to the end of the quarter. We got 1:30 to go. In good position right inside the Tigers' 30-yard line.
2nd down and 10 for the Eagles offense. It's a 7-6 lead for Yorktown. Nearing the 1 minute mark in the 1st half. Yorktown to receive the beginning of the 2nd. Edwards back to pass out of the gun, complete to Johnny Maynor. Maynor still on his feet, and he's going to be brought down after a decent pickup Sets up third down and short. Call it 3rd and 2. Maybe 3rd and 3 for the Delta offense. And we've got under 1 minute to go in the first half.
That's Maynard's 4th catch of the night, doing a good job of moving the chains. 3rd first down catch of the night. So Delta, not much time to work with. It's running away from them quickly. Both sides have used their timeouts so far. It's going to be difficult for Delta now to control the time and get a score in.
Edwards under center. Puts Carpenter in motion. Hands off to Carpenter. Carpenter with the edge. Takes it down inside the 15. Clock will stop at 32 seconds. It's another first down for the Delta offense. They're knocking on the door of possibly putting points on the board before this half is out.
It's an outstanding job to shed the block there by Landon Bradnick and make the tackle. That one easily could have gone the full distance.
And a quick spike to stop the clock for Bronson Edwards. 2nd down and 10 at the Yorktown 11-yard line. 11 yards to go, putting points on the board, not leaving the Tigers much time, if any at all, to do anything in the remainder of this first half. And then Yorktown has to take it out in the second half, down by a score.
Yeah, it's going to be tough working with the clock here. You have no timeouts. You have 30 seconds, just far enough out where you're able to get one more first down. Tough going here. Let's see what Delta has left in them.
Edwards in the gun. Back to pass. Has to roll out to his right side. Fires, and it's tipped out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. 3rd down and 10 for Delta. 22 seconds left on the game clock.
It's a good job throwing it away to stop the clock there, but he was in danger territory right on the sideline. Also, that ball got tipped. I was curious to see if that ball still was in play. Nonetheless, we got a 3rd and 10 coming up. Big play for the Eagles.
It was Aiden Ewing who got his hands up to knock the pass down from Bronson Edwards. Edwards will come out again in the shotgun formation. 3rd down and 10 for the Eagles from the 11-yard line in Yorktown territory. Back to passes Edwards. Has to step up in the pocket, and he's sacked in the backfield.
First sack we've seen tonight. Great job by Yorktown forcing a 4th down.
That sets up the 4th down and long. And a timeout is taken by the Delta Eagles. Had a good opportunity to put some points on the board. Now you've got a 4th down and 15 instead of a 3rd down and 10 opportunity from the 11. A lot more yardage to cover. You're down by 1, 7-6 is the score. Yorktown in the lead. The Tigers have the ball to begin the second half. You've got to make something happen here offensively if you're Delta.
Yeah, you don't want a field goal if you don't have to have one, but time's running out. They did have that back pocket timeout to use. 15 seconds left, but this play right here is everything. We're going to see if they send out the kicking unit. 14 yards is a long way to go, especially with only one more chance at getting this first down.
They will send out the field goal unit. Braden Stanley. The kicker, the holder, Johnny Maynor. They'll kick from the near hash from the 23, so it'll be a 33-yard attempt for Braden Stanley. Maynor the holder. The snap, good hold from Maynor. Kick is up and away from Stanley, and Stanley splits the uprights. Make it a 9-7 lead for the Delta Eagles with 10 seconds left in the second quarter. There go the fireworks. Delta back in front, nearing halftime.
Excellent job there of composing yourself, not being intimidated by the Yorktown Tigers, getting off that line quick. Good job getting points on the board right before the half.
Keep in mind the final score of that sectional matchup last year was 10-7 in favor of the Yorktown Tigers, which put an end to the season for Delta. Now it's a 9-7 lead for the Eagles, headed into halftime against Yorktown.
I'd have to think, based on the way this game has gone, winning team is going to get their win decided on the big play. Tonight, both sides have gained about the same amount of yards, done a few things well, but both sides have had a few turnovers on down, so the big play is what's really going to determine who's coming away with the win tonight.
Dougherty And Wilson Webster back to return for the Tigers. Kicking away is Braden Stanley for the Eagles. Everybody's set. Whistles blow. Stanley with the run-up. And he gives this one a big kick back. It's a touchback. 10 seconds is all that the Tigers have left as they trail 9-7 to the Eagles here at the end of the second quarter. Do you kneel it out and head into halftime, or do you make a last-ditch effort to try and put points on the board and take over possession in the third quarter?
Based on field positioning and how well you've played this half, I'm taking the knee and going into halftime. Good job also kicking it into the end zone, not allowing a run back here. The Yorktown's played well so far. No turnovers in terms of interceptions, fumbles by either side, just not being able to move the ball down the field, turning it over on downs.
It's the gun formation for Moulton in the offense. Does not look like the knee will be taken, and out of the gun, he will take it. And that will run out the clock at the end of the first half. It's a 9-7 lead for the Delta Eagles over the Yorktown Tigers here at Delta High School. We're going to hear from a few of our sponsors, and then we'll be back for some halftime recap of what you might have missed in that first half of action. 9-7, Delta leads Yorktown on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Hi, my name is Jason Werner of Werner Financial, an independent investment firm here in Indianapolis. With 10 years of experience as an independent advisor, we provide value to our clients by creating customized investment solutions ranging from managed personal portfolios, 401k planning, and income distribution for retirement plans. We have built Werner Financial with a strong focus in research, diligence to all of our plans, and strong communication with every client. We would love the opportunity to show you our process with a no-cost consultation to discuss your financial future.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Greg Hubler Ford, promise kept.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779. Looking for training that makes a difference? Then Genesis Sports Performance is for you. Whether you're a grade school, high school, or college athlete, or just looking to get back into shape, Genesis has customized programs providing rapid gains in strength and conditioning, speed and agility. Genesis features a 7,000 square foot facility with state-of-the-art weight room and huge turf surface. Call Genesis at 386-7459 or visit them at genesissportsperformance.com.
Time for bed.
Story, please, Daddy.
Which one would you like tonight?
Free furnace, free furnace.
We read that one all last month.
But it's my favorite.
All right, one more month. Once upon a time, there was a trusted, friendly company called Peterman Brothers who sought to provide a free furnace to all.
Was it really free?
It was. For whenever someone bought a qualifying AC system, the furnace was indeed free. Just visit petermanhvac.com to schedule online.
It's halftime at Delta High School on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. The Delta Eagles hosting the Yorktown Tigers. A matchup, two small-town rivals making things happen in 3A Indiana High School football. Colin Eccles joined by my partner Vince Reimer for the evening. Vince currently away right now. He'll be back in a couple of moments. 14 minutes left at the half, and Delta leads 9-7 after a 33-yard field goal from Julian McKay, which put, not from Julian McKay, from Landon Brooks, Braden Stanley is the name I was looking for. Braden Stanley put the field goal through to take the lead for Delta after being down 7-6 since the end of that first quarter. Things started off hot for the Eagles. putting up the first 6 on the board for the evening. Bronson Edwards scrambling out of the pocket, throwing to the back of the end zone for a short completion of just 12 yards to Jalen Jones. Puts the Eagles ahead 6-0. The blocked PAT keeps them from putting the perfect 7 on the board. Yorktown, just a play later, answers back. A 35-yard completion from Mason Moulton to Quentin Williams to make it a 7-6 lead. And then all the way down to the final 10 seconds of the second quarter, which is where the 33-yard field goal came off the foot of Braden Stanley. The perfect hold from receiver Johnny Maynor to make a lead headed into the half for the Delta Eagles. Both squads so far tonight putting up a heck of a fight down on the field, but it's been the game and battle of third down and fourth down short yardage situations. Multiple times Delta having the opportunity to make their way down the field, continue to keep a drive alive on 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, 3rd and inches, and just couldn't get it done trying to run with Nolan Carpenter. Nolan Carpenter been getting swallowed up at the line of scrimmage, trying to find that right side edge. Julian McKay, Landon Kelly, and Aiden Ewing making things hard for him, the defensive front for the Yorktown Tigers. And it's been multiple occasions where Yorktown has been able to stumble the efforts of the Delta Eagle offense on 3rd down or 4th down in short. Vince Reimer now back in the press box with me. Vince, an exciting first half already underway. Delta leads 9-7 over Yorktown. I was just talking about how the big difference so far in not having a bigger lead for the Eagles at this point has been that 3rd and short, 4th down and short situation where the Yorktown defensive front has come up and really made things hard for Nolan Carpenter trying to run up the middle in those short situations.
Yeah, I've been impressed at Yorktown's ability to adapt so far tonight. You know, they had a little bit of a difficult time stopping Nolan Carpenter earlier in the game, like most teams have. He's done an outstanding job working on everybody's defenses this year. But Yorktown, giving their zone scheme their ability to space and switch things out on defense, they've done a great job of catching up to what Delta's had planned. It's going to look like Bronson Edwards is going to have a little more in his hands and responsibility tonight.
I tell you what, one of the more impressive things that I've seen tonight has been the performance and bounce-back performance at that of Mason Moulton, the senior quarterback for the Yorktown Tigers. Last week, just 186 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions on the night. Not a great week for him against the New Pal Dragons, but he comes out tonight and his first big pass of the game, 35 yards, complete to a wide-open Quentin Williams in the end zone to put the only score on the board so far for Yorktown. But they do have the opportunity to come out on offense at the beginning of that third quarter and really get things moving to try and get themselves back in front.
Yeah, what I really like about Mason Moulton's game is he's a total gamer. He can throw the ball along, as we've seen. He's taking 2 direct quarterback snaps. He's able to run the ball. He's actually caught a pass for a first down out of a flea flicker. He's not afraid to take a big hit. Complete gamer and a guy you want leading your team at quarterback.
The junior quarterback on the other side of things for the Delta Eagles, Bronson Edwards. Edwards has been doing a great job. His pocket presence and his awareness so far tonight has been at another level. He's been able to feel the pressure coming from either side, step up in the pocket. He feels it from his left. He flushes out to his right and vice versa. He's done a great job at throwing on the run, making sure he's not putting a ball in a position where it has the ability to get picked off. Throw it out of bounds or throw it right into the turf. He's been performing phenomenally for tonight, and he also has the touchdown pass, the 12-yarder to the back of the end zone to Jalen Jones, which opened up for the first score of the game.
Yeah, Edwards is doing a great job. The thing about him is his game is relying on making the right decision, playing smart, kind of like New England Patriots style. You know, make the best play available, don't make mistakes, and he's doing a good job playing as he has tonight with 1 touchdown pass into the corner of the end zone to Jalen Jones. So I expect the same this second half from Bronson Edwards, doing a good job leading the offense. Can also run the ball a little bit as well, but we haven't seen that from him tonight.
When you look at what these two teams have done well so far tonight, which is for the most part has been a lot, what are some of the things that you would like to see from both these offenses more so as we move on into the evening? I mean, there's been very few mistakes on both sides, maybe a couple ill-advised passes coming from Mason Moulton here and there. I think that's the only one I've seen. Edwards as well, a couple of opportunities where he could have made a play and passed up a good option for one that maybe wasn't as good. What are you looking to see offensively first off from both these teams as we move on into the evening?
The first thing I'm looking for is on third down plays in big moments where they're looking to gain short yardage, avoid the penalties. There were 2 times that each squad had a third and short but had a holding penalty, had a false start, something that ended up pushing them back. So in these crucial situations, you can't have a flag. You've got to be able to convert. But then other than that, really switch up your play calling. We saw a lot of run plays that resulted in the turnover on downs. So they're doing a good job overall of mixing things up on the scoring drives. But so far, the flags and just kind of stale running have held both teams back from hiking up the score.
Before we get into the defensive side of things, another factor that's going to come into play is the temperature. It's been pretty warm the past couple of Friday nights, but tonight, 66 is where it currently stands, according to my phone, in the Muncie area, and it's only going to continue to get cooler, dropping down to 58 later on this evening. That's going to play a little bit of a difference in terms of that hand feel, that hand warmth for both quarterbacks and receivers, and make it a little bit harder to throw the ball, trying to adjust to a little bit of cooler temperature as we move on into the fall. And it's going to make it harder to catch it, a little bit more sting when that ball hits your hands.
Yeah, even though that's, physical elements, a lot more in terms of mental aspects and focus comes into play there. So looking for both squads to keep their heads into the game, finish to the end here. Delta's doing a good job overall moving the ball down the field, but they're going to have to do a little bit more as opposed to Yorktown, who's doing a good job mixing up their play calling, just haven't been able to convert on those third and fourth and shorts.
Moving to the defensive side of things for the evening, I would say out of the 2 defenses that I've seen on the field tonight, Yorktown, I think, has been the more impressive of the 2. That front 3, I talk about them a lot. Aiden Ewing, Landon Kelly, Julian McKay, doing a great job getting in the backfield and creating issues for Bronson Edwards, forcing him to think on his feet, get out of the pocket, make a split-second decision. Now, granted, he's done a great job at doing that tonight and really hasn't made too many mistakes. But if they continue to put those QB hurries on Bronson Edwards, it could end up being a much different situation later on in the game.
Yeah, the way they typically play, we don't see as much heavy quarterback pressure. It's going to be interesting to see if they change their strategy and apply some pressure here. That's kind of been Delta's thing right off the bat. We've only seen 1 sack by either side tonight. Mason Moulton going down earlier in the game. So this has really been kind of a feeling out process, figuring out what the other team wants to do. Not a ton of heavy pressure off the line of scrimmage.
Cole Monette was the one that came in for the Delta Eagles defense, the inside linebacker. Wrapped up Moulton in the backfield for that single sack, his first of the year as well, and brings it to 14.5 sacks so far on the season for the Delta defense. They too have been very impressive, but in terms of creating issues and creating pressure in that backfield, they haven't been getting to Mason Moulton as much. They're up against a very upperclassman-heavy offensive line. Tobias Ray, Caleb Ellis, John Stanley, and Parker Christie. 3 seniors and a junior, the junior being Stanley, and then 1 sophomore, Jevin Barnes, coming in at the left tackle position for the Yorktown offensive line. They've done a great job at creating a pocket and giving Moulton enough time to make the decision he wants to make. He's been throwing great balls down the field. How do you combat a strong offensive line like that, especially defensively, and try to create more havoc in the backfield for Mason Moulton?
Well, it's going to be difficult. Based on the way both defenses are playing, I wouldn't switch up the strategy too much. They're doing a good job of stopping both offenses when they're in crucial territory in big situations. If I was Delta here, I would really do a good job of controlling the line of scrimmage as I have been. You mentioned both offensive lines are doing a good job of taking care of business. I would really look to contain the run game if I'm Yorktown and stick to what I'm doing, because if you can contain Nolan Carpenter the way you had in that second quarter, you're probably going to come out with the win. No one this year has been able to stop Delta's run game going into the second half.
Special teams has been the difference so far. A 33-yard field goal to put Delta ahead 9-7. That came off the foot of Braden Stanley. And then on the other end of that, Yorktown blocks the extra point from Delta after their first touchdown. Could be a 10-7 ball game as it stands. It's actually 9-7 with the missed extra point. Could be the difference between a win and a loss for Delta tonight. Looking to bounce back 2 losses last year, the last being in sectionals where it was a 10-7 final in favor of Yorktown. They would go on to win the sectional championship and lose in regionals to Chittard, who would end up winning state last year for Class 3A in IHSAA football. Looking at this second half, what needs to be done for these 2 teams to come out and have one pull away from the other?
Well, as for Yorktown, the plan goes from the last point that I made. Slow down Nolan Carpenter, stop the run game. If you're able to do that, the Tigers are going to be able to come out with the victory tonight. As for Delta, I'm just going to make sure that Moulton doesn't have any more deep balls. That was their only problem, allowing him to throw that one deep ball. Special teams were a little shaky, allowing a big 50-plus yard kickoff return. But besides that, Delta's doing a good job on defense. Just don't allow the big play for them.
3 minutes and 10 seconds left at halftime. It's a 9-7 lead for the Delta Eagles over the Yorktown Tigers. We'll take a quick break to hear from some of our sponsors, and then we're back. Yorktown has the ball to start off the third quarter. This is IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
The Mower Shop in Fishers is the one-stop shop for all of your lawn maintenance needs. We have a huge selection of Honda and Toro lawnmowers in stock and even more to choose from online. Plus, we carry parts and accessories with super fast shipping. Just need maintenance or repairs? We offer that too, and we'll even deliver. The Mower Shop, family owned for more than 20 years. Visit our showroom just west of State Road 37 in Fishers or shop online at themowershop.com.
Hi, my name is Jason Werner of Werner Financial, an independent investment firm here in Indianapolis. With 10 years of experience as an independent advisor, we provide value to our clients by creating customized investment solutions ranging from managed personal portfolios, 401k planning, and income distribution for retirement plans. We have built Werner Financial with a strong focus in research, diligence to all of our plans, and strong communication with every client. We would love the opportunity to show you our process with a no-cost consultation to discuss your financial future.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Greg Hubler Ford, promise kept.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779. Looking for training that makes a difference? Then Genesis Sports Performance is for you. Whether you're a grade school, high school, or college athlete, or just looking to get back into shape, Genesis has customized programs providing rapid gains in strength and conditioning, speed and agility. Genesis features a 7,000 square foot facility with state-of-the-art weight room and huge turf surface. Call Genesis at 386-7459. or visit them at GenesisSportsPerformance.com.
The interior of an Infiniti is thoughtfully designed to be all about you. And by you, we mean every version of you. Because there's luxury you can feel, and there's luxury that lets you feel. Infinitely you. Experience luxury like never before in a 2023 Infiniti QX80 at your local Infiniti retailer.
Back live on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. It's the Yorktown Tigers visiting the Delta Eagles here at Delta High School. Colin Eccles joined by Vince Reimer. It's a 9-7 lead for Delta over Yorktown. We do have a correction. The big first down carry to set up the would-be field goal for the Eagles. We originally said the carrier was Nolan Carpenter. It was actually Chase Lennis sneaking his way into the backfield to put up a huge first down carry and set up the leading field goal for the Delta Eagles. Now coming out into the second half, it'll be Yorktown ball to start the third quarter. They've got a chance for an offense who's done fairly well tonight. A little slow after that first touchdown. They've got a great opportunity to come back out, retake a lead, and with a defense that's been causing havoc for the offensive side of Delta all night, maintain that lead and finish out with 3 wins in a row against the Eagles.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot of endurance and patience for these defenses to play the way they've been playing. I expect to see a little bit of an offensive breakout this half. something's got to give. The dam is going to break, and this one's going to turn into a high-scoring contest. Yorktown has capitalized on the big play so far in that first half, had the longest score with a 50-yard pass there from Mason Moulton on the touchdown. Delta doing a good job, play-by-play, moving down the field, but just cannot seem to get over the hump some of these times, giving up turnovers on downs.
Minute 20 left at halftime, a little extra time given to the players to get back on the field and get warm. And when we get through this last minute, it'll be Yorktown taking things back over. Mason Moulton, the highlight for him so far, the 35-yard connection to Quentin Williams in the end zone to set up the only score so far tonight for the Yorktown Tigers. And they will look to reuse and revisit some of that magic at the beginning of this third quarter and retake a lead, which would be huge for them, especially moving down the road as things get colder. That run game may start to be used a little bit more. It can be big if they can start using the air game a little bit now.
No doubt. This Yorktown offense has looked pretty potent so far. Going to look to run the ball a little bit more. Ewing has been super successful thus far into the year. Coming into the night, he had almost 250 yards and 6 touchdowns. He's been held to less than 50 so far tonight. Has really had trouble. It's senior night here at Delta High School. We've got the best crowd coming out to any game we've done so far this year. It's going to be an impressive and exciting second half of action as we approach kickoff here. Tigers getting the ball first.
Tell you what, there's no atmosphere quite like some of these smaller towns, smaller schools where the people come out and absolutely pack the stands night after night, especially a rivalry like this in conference between Delta and Yorktown. Both towns out to represent their side, the blue and gold of the Eagles, the green and white of the Tigers. 12 minutes on the game clock for this third quarter. It's a 9-7 lead for Delta over Yorktown. And we are waiting for the official whistle to blow, and we'll be right back into the action, which has been back and forth all night. A shootout in the first half. Will it stay a shootout? Will the dam break, and will someone run away? We'll find out here shortly. Braden Stanley lined up to kick it away for the Eagles offense. He'll give it the deep kick. And it is going to be returned by Dougherty. Dougherty with some running room on the far side, brought down at the 20, which is where Yorktown's offense will take over. First down and 10 to start the third quarter.
Yorktown couldn't get anything going in the second quarter after a fantastic touchdown pass by Moulton in the first quarter. This is going to be huge to establish momentum and punch him in the mouth first coming out in the third quarter.
The huddle is on for the Yorktown Tigers. It's first down and 10 from their own 20. They'll head out to the line. Moulton in the gun. 16 seconds on the play clock for the Tigers. Moulton will take the snap. Back to pass, fires a dart across the middle, just behind his intended receiver and incomplete. The attempt to target Cole Purdue. Second down and 10 for the Tigers.
It's really the first time we've seen a drop like that on the Tigers offense. We had some awesome balls hauled in so far in this contest. So we're going to see if Yorktown can kind of get things going here. Slow start in the third quarter. Second and 10 for the Tigers.
Second and 10, Moulton in the gun. Low snap. And still a good gain for the Tigers offense. It'll be a first down and 10. Out past their 35-yard line. 11:47 left in quarter number 3.
Confident throw but there by Moulton. Had his man open on the right side. Capitalized on that. First down for the Tigers.
First and 10 with 11:40 left in the third quarter. 9-7 lead for the Eagles. Moulton in the gun. One man to his right in the backfield, the other 4 spread wide, and we've got a flag on the play. I think it's going to be an illegal procedure going against the Yorktown offense. Indeed it will be, so they will start with a first down and 15.
It's been the most unpredictable element of the game so far is the play at the line of scrimmage. We've seen a lot of these penalties just in this element of the game. Nothing crazy earlier in the night, so that's going to push them back 10 yards. We got a first and 15.
First down and 15 for the Tigers offense. Same set. 3 to the left, 1 to the right for Moulton in the gun formation. Moulton steps up in the pocket, has to take it for himself, spins away from one tackle, but he's still going to be swarmed in the backfield. They'll get back to the original line of scrimmage for a second down and 10. And in on the tackle, leading the way, I believe was Braxton Russell and Jennings Wine.
Yeah, tough going there on second down. Was able to get a few of those yards back. But nonetheless, another penalty kind of pushing the drive back. Tigers haven't been able to really accelerate down the field without these penalties at the line of scrimmage so far tonight.
Second down and 10. It's the gun formation again for Moulton. Takes a snap this time, hands off to Ewing. And Ewing is going to fight through a couple tackles and only pick up 2 on the play. Third down and 8 for the Tigers offense. Haven't really got the ball rolling too much to start this third quarter.
Yeah, they're going to want to get this here in tough field position.
Third down.
Going to need to punt if they don't get it here. But an interesting drive so far. Haven't seen too much big play ability. Just a first down from Moulton on a pass play. Looking on a big 3rd and 8 here.
3rd and 8, Moulton in the gun on his own 37-yard line. Low snap for Moulton. Back to pass, a dart across the middle, incomplete. And maybe with a finger on that one, might have been the linebacker Landon Brooks. Intended pass was for Dougherty. Incomplete. It's a 4th down and 8 for the Tigers offense. And here comes the punt squad.
Yeah, it was great coverage there by Delta. Almost intercepted for the first turnover of the night. But we're going to see a punt from the Tigers, and Delta's offense is going to get back going.
Julian McKay to punt for the Tigers. Back to return is Maynard. Good punt, end over end, straight back to Maynard, and it is going to land out of bounds at the 33-yard line in Yorktown in Delta territory. The Eagles offense coming onto the field for the first time in the second half.
So Delta's defense doing exactly what they should do and needed to do that we saw in the first half, eliminating the big play, not letting them break out and pass deep. The 2 times that we saw them throw incomplete passes, there was great coverage there. So Delta doing everything they need to do on the defensive side of the ball.
First down and 10 for the Eagles offense. Edwards under center. Puts Jones in motion. And it's going to be a handoff up the middle for a decent gain. Second down and 5.
Tackle by 52, Landon Bradnick.
And that was Bond who took it up the middle for the first down carry.
They've got so many ball carriers, so many variations of run plays. It's very hard to stop this run game. This being another reason we haven't seen too much pressure on the quarterback tonight from Yorktown's defense.
Second down and 5 for the Eagles. Edwards backs up to the gun. Edwards, high snap, able to get the handoff down to Carpenter. And Carpenter will take it ahead for 4. Third down and 1 for the Eagles offense.
Another third down play here. Carpenter not getting many yards on that carry. He's been held to only a few yards per carry as opposed to a lot of breakout first down runs. We haven't seen him get anything big in a while. Both teams now staring at long third downs to start their drives.
Third down and 2. Bronson, Edwards in the gun. Hands off to Carpenter up the middle, and again, short of the first down.
Carpenter, the ball carrier.
Several times now that Carpenter has not been able to take it across the first down marker on a third down and short. And now out will come the punt unit for the Eagles.
This is a little surprising just because we haven't seen their run game get stopped like this consistently. So I have to think they're going to switch up the play call a little bit on these 3rd and shorts, or at least think about how they're going to approach the entire drive. Yorktown's doing a great job of giving their offense a chance again, but we're going to need to see some points again.
Brooks to punt for the Eagles. Back to return for the Tigers is Webster. And it will take an Eagle-friendly hop back inside the 20. Keeps rolling to the 15, and it'll be spotted at the 14 in Tigers territory. 7:37 left in the 3rd quarter. It's a 9-7 lead for the Delta Eagles. We'll take a quick break to hear from one of our sponsors, then back with more 3rd quarter action. This is IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Time for bed.
Story, please, Daddy.
Which one would you like tonight?
Free furnace, free furnace.
We read that one all last month.
But it's my favorite.
All right, one more month. Once upon a time, there was a trusted, friendly company called Peterman Brothers who sought to provide a free furnace to all.
Was it really free?
It was. For whenever someone bought a qualifying AC system, the furnace was indeed free. Just visit petermanhvac.com to schedule online.
We'll throw you right back into the action on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. A big pass from Mason Moulton is broken up in the secondary by the defender. That was Marcus Bright, who got a hand up in the way to force the incompletion. 2nd down and 10 for the Yorktown Tigers. Once again, my name is Colin Nichols, joined by Vince Reimer. A big 1st down heave from Mason Moulton at the beginning of this 3rd quarter. Now we got a 2nd down and 10 set for the Tigers offense. Moulton in the gun. Moulton will hand it up the middle to Ewing. Ewing is going to carry the pile a little ways, and he might have enough for the 1st down. I believe he's going to be just a half a yard over the sticks. Makes it a fresh set for the Tigers offense.
Yeah, great job getting the yards after contact on that play. So what we're going to need to see is a little bit of balance from that run game. Moulton's kind of been relied on to make some pass plays here. We haven't seen many big runs over 5 yards in a while from the Tigers. So that's going to lift them up, that being alone.
Moulton breaks the huddle and goes back to the line in the shotgun. Puts a man in motion. Low snap, hands it off to Ewing. Ewing breaking for the near edge. Ewing loses the football. Ball is on the ground, and Ewing able to jump right back on top of it. Big break for the Tigers. In to punch it out, I believe was Cam Wilson, who flew across to try and make the tackle. Puts the ball on the floor, but it's a 2nd down and 12 for the Tigers offense.
Outstanding job of punching the ball out there. That was a big opportunity, but an even better job to recover that. That could have been super dangerous, thinking later in the game for Yorktown.
Moulton breaks the huddle, goes back to the line again in the gun on his own 23-yard line. 5 seconds on the play clock. Moulton, very low snap. Out to his right side to pass. Heaves one to the near sideline, and it's complete. The clock will stop at 6:12.
Pass complete to 81, Cole Purdue.
And Cole Purdue, a little bit of Tony toe tap action on that far side to make it a 1st down and 10.
Yeah, impressive job hauling that in. Took a long time to search for his receivers on the sideline, found his man, Cole Purdue. Amazing job of getting the 1st down. In desperate mode, the Tigers succeed.
Both quarterbacks so far tonight doing a good job staying calm in the pocket and making pretty smart decisions for the most part. 1st down and 10 coming up from Moulton in the gun. Moulton will hand off to Ewing, and Ewing only going to get maybe a half a yard. Call it a 1-yard pickup. 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, something to look out for right now is the connection between the center and quarterback. We've seen a few shaky snaps. Saw 1 or 2 in the 1st half. No issues so far. Almost actually fumbled. Mason Moulton had one chance. We fumbled the ball off of a low snap, so we're going to see if the center quarterback connection gets fixed here.
2nd down and 9 for the Tigers. Moulton in the gun. 3 to his left, 1 to his right. Moulton back to pass, fires in the flat, compete to Dougherty, and Dougherty's going to be dropped down and dragged out of bounds after a decent pickup. Might set up 3rd down and 4 for the Tigers offense.
It's a great tackle as he was going to the outside there. Got a key 3rd down. Seen many 3rd downs tonight. Seems to be the key play of the drive. Yorktown with a big 3rd and 4 coming up.
5 minutes to go in the third, 9-7 lead for the Eagles. 3rd and 4. Moulton in the gun. Moulton bobbles the snap. Flushed out to his right side. Throws to the sideline, incomplete. A little bit of a wobble pass, and we got a flag down on the play as well. We'll see what the call is, but Moulton could not handle the snap. Thinking a little bit too quickly, could have cost himself a turnover.
Yeah, that time you don't think it was the center's fault. Decent snap there, just didn't have his eyes on the ball exactly. They escaped an extremely risky scenario there. Going to see what the flag is for. You have to think we may see a hold given they were protecting Moulton from getting whacked on that play.
And it would appear there's an illegal man downfield against the Tigers. We'll see what the Eagles elect to do. Accept or decline the penalty. As it currently stands, it still reads 3rd down and 4 on the scoreboard. Chain Gang says the same. Long break as the officials will get together again to have some further discussion. We're almost through the 3rd quarter, just 4:42 left on the game clock. It's a 9-7 lead for the Delta Eagles over the Yorktown Tigers. Penalty will be declined, so it'll be a 4th down and 4 for Yorktown. The punt squad will come back out. Julian McKay will look to punt back and give the ball right back to the Eagles offense.
Coach Overholt's doing a great job of working the sidelines. It was the reason for a little extra discussion between the refs, but good job declining that penalty. 4th and 4 coming up here with the punt.
Nobody back to return for the Eagles. And it's going to be a good kick from Julian McKay. Will take a Tiger-friendly hop inside the 20 and down to the 14-yard line in Delta territory. The Eagles headed back out on the field on the offensive side. 4 minutes and 31 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. It's gone by quick, a 9-7 lead for Delta. They'll look to hang on to that for the remaining 4:31 of this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, both teams haven't been able to find the big play so far this quarter. Just attempting to chip away at the other side and hopefully get down the field in striking distance. No good scoring opportunities so far in the 3rd quarter. One big play here could change everything, though.
Bronson Edwards in the gun. Good snap. Back to pass. Fires to the near sideline. Complete to Damari Hood. Damari Hood with a nice move. Cuts back past the 30. Racing to midfield. And will be run out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Great play from scrimmage. The throw from Bronson Edwards to Damari Hood leads to a big pickup. 31 on the play.
Yeah, just as we were talking about the big play, they get one there. Big 30-yard gain for the Eagles. Damari Hood doing a good job of staying in bounds, getting the extra yardage after the catch.
Damari Hood, very agile when he gets some room, has that breakaway speed as well. It's a 1st down and 10 from the 45 for the Delta offense. Edwards under center. Hands off, going up the middle to Caden Bond, and Bond takes this one for another Delta 1st down.
Absolutely leveled the defender. Good job putting your shoulder down, getting the job done. 1st down for the Eagles.
That's 2 first downs in a row on 2 plays. A very similar start to the beginning of the first drive of the game tonight as a whole for Delta.
Yeah, they're doing a good job now getting some opportunities to chip yards away, going into Tigers territory. This is the best chance they've had so far this quarter.
First down and 10 from the Tigers 45. Edwards under center. Puts Jones in motion. Handoff up the middle. Caden Bond with some running room. Bond still on his feet. And Bond takes it ahead for a 15-yard pickup and another Eagles first down well into Yorktown territory and looking to extend that 9-7 lead.
Caden Bond becoming a factor out here for Delta at the moment. Carpenter more of the power running back. Usually the one to put his shoulder down, but Caden Bond, 2 big runs in a row now. Using his speed and helping them get down the field quicker.
First and 10 from the Tiger 30. Edwards back to the line under center. 3:30 left in this third quarter. Jones in motion. Handoff again to Bond up the middle. Bond still on his feet. Flag down on the field as well. And we're going to have a call coming from the officials. Landon Kelly, 5'11", 350-pound junior, blew up the offensive line for Delta, able to get in the backfield and bring down Bond.
Yeah, great job slowing this drive down. Delta started to figure something out, pick up yards with quick pace here. Crowd goes absolutely nuts as that penalty goes on Yorktown.
It is a face mask against the Tigers, so it'll be 15 yards that the Eagles will be moved ahead. And a first down and 7 is where it's currently spotted. More discussion amongst the officials, I would assume, over the spot. Nonetheless, a new first down to hopefully redo that play for Delta's offense.
Fans reacting in a very comedic way as we saw in that first half. There was another discussion trying to figure out exactly where to place the ball. Credit, though, to Coach Overton. Every time he does a great job conversing with the refs, trying to get them to go their way. We're going to see here what the call is exactly and where the ball is going to be placed. Referee coming over to the Delta sideline to talk some things over here again.
It was a penalty against Yorktown. And if I saw that correctly, it was a face mask against Yorktown at that. And here we go. It will be 5 yards moved ahead. So it's a first down and 5 for Delta's offense now at the 25 in Yorktown territory. Bronson Edwards in the gun. Edwards back to pass. Quick screen to Jones on the near side. Jones with running room. Jones, nothing but green. And Jones takes it in for the 25-yard touchdown pass from Bronson Edwards.
Exceptional speed there from Jalen Jones, his second touchdown of the game. That time receiving excellent blocking. Delta goes up by a score of 15-7.
15-7 lead for the Delta Eagles. The fireworks have gone off, and it doesn't get much better than that on the classic screen play. And I think we're going to see a 2-point conversion attempt from Coach Overholt in the Eagles offense. They lead 15-7, 2:56 left in the third. Looking to make this a 17-7 game to make back that extra point from earlier.
Big play coming here. This could be determining what Yorktown needs and exactly how much they need to chip away back at Delta.
And we've got a stoppage of play before the snap is off, and it's a Delta timeout. Well, we've got a quick timeout. We'll actually keep this one here. 2:56 left in the third quarter. 15-7 the score. Delta leads. Yorktown extends with that 25-yard catch and run from Jalen Jones. his second touchdown of the evening. Both touchdowns coming from the connection of Bronson Edwards and Jalen Jones. The last one being in the first quarter. Now makes it a 15-7 ball game. Yorktown yet to respond since that field goal at the end of the first half.
Yeah, Delta's starting to make things interesting. We were talking about the first time that one of these teams makes a big play, it's going to be the determining factor in how the rest of this game goes, and that's the first one we've seen. Delta doing a great job breaking out in the open field and scoring. That's Jones' second touchdown, as you mentioned, Colin. So we're going to see if this two-point conversion or extra point gets attempted. The kicker gets brought out, so it looks like they may have changed the game plan.
The Eagles will go for the PAT. They had one blocked earlier. Maynard, the holder. Stanley, the kicker. Maynard waits on the snap. Good snap, good hold, and it splits the uprights and makes it 16-7. A Delta lead extends over the Yorktown Tigers. We'll take a quick break after the fireworks let off to hear from a couple of our sponsors, and we'll be back for more third quarter action on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
The Mower Shop in Fishers is the one-stop shop for all of your lawn maintenance needs. We have a huge selection of Honda and Toro lawnmowers in stock and even more to choose from online. Plus, we carry parts and accessories with super fast shipping. Just need maintenance or repairs? We offer that too, and we'll even deliver. The Mower Shop, family owned for more than 20 years. Visit our showroom just west of State Road 37 in Fishers or shop online at themowershop.com.
Back live from Delta High School and IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. My name is Colin Eccles, joined by Vince Reimer. It's a 16-7 lead for the Delta Eagles over the Yorktown Tigers after that touchdown pass from Bronson Edwards to Jalen Jones. Braden Stanley, 1 for 2 on PATs tonight, now kicks it away back to the return team for Yorktown. And it's going to be a touchback for the Tigers. They'll take over at their own 20.
It's a good opportunity for the Tigers as they fell down now by 2 possessions by a score of 16-7. It was an interesting decision. I think, Colin, the reason that they chose to get that extra point was because if they failed the 2-point conversion, all that Yorktown would need to do is score 1 touchdown and get a 2-point conversion. Now it's still a 2-possession game.
Yorktown really slow to get anything going since that first touchdown. And their only score of the evening earlier in the contest. It'll be a first down and 10 from their own 20. Moulton sticks with the gun. Redirecting traffic, pulls his target Williams in closer on the near side. Back to passes Moulton. Moulton, a bullet across the middle. It's incomplete. The intended target was Quentin Williams. And there is some laundry down on the field. And it's going to be a hold against Yorktown, which will push the Tigers back farther and make the beginning of this drive even tougher after going down by 2 scores.
Yeah, the going is starting to get tough for Yorktown. They've got a lot of talent and a lot of options out there, but Delta's done a great job of eliminating their options, making things hard, whether it's the run game or the pass game. I can tell Tigers are frustrated right now, not able to chip away yards one way or the other.
First down and 20 for Yorktown following the holding penalty. They trail 16-7 to the Eagles. Moulton in the gun. 2 out to each side, drops back to pass. Moulton feels pressure, steps up in the pocket, evades a couple tacklers, and will finally be dragged down. Leading the way, Cole Monette. And that sets up second down and 20 again for the Yorktown offense.
Yeah, had nothing there on the outside, no blockers to the left. Moulton gets dragged down behind the line. Tough go, but good job holding on to the ball. From the looks of it, Colin, they're not looking to run right now. That's 2 quick pass plays. They're looking deep.
Second and 20 for Moulton and the Tigers offense. Haven't scored since the 35-yard pass between Moulton and Quentin Williams in the first half. Moulton in the gun. 4 wide again for his receivers. Back to pass. Airs one out. Middle of the field. Just overthrown out of the reach of Cole Purdue, who's about a half a step short of being able to bring that one in.
Yeah, some tough throws there. Didn't have anybody open downfield on first and third down, and then you have the sack on second. It's going to be tough for Yorktown to get some yards when nothing's going for them. They're looking for that big play, but this deep in their own territory might not be the easiest thing to do.
3rd down and 20. A minute 58 left in the third quarter. Tigers trailing 16-7 to the Eagles. Again, it's a 4-wide spread with the receivers. Gun formation for Moulton. Puts a man in motion. Moulton back to pass. Has to dump it off quick. It's complete to Dougherty. Dougherty with plenty of run room, and he's brought down very close to the first down marker, and it will be a first down. And the completion was actually to Aiden Ewing coming out of the backfield.
It was an outstanding job delivering that ball right before he got hit. Low snap. All hope seemed to be lost on that play. Long yardage, 3rd and 20, but it's not too much for Mason Moulton and the Tigers here. The end of the third quarter of action. We have a minute 40 to go. Score remains 16-7 in favor of the Eagles.
Huge 3rd down conversion for the Tigers, and again, they'll go with the gun. Moulton with 3 to his left, 1 to his right this time. Back to pass, quick fire across the middle, complete to Quentin Williams. And Williams is going to be brought down after another first down pickup for the Tigers offense. They've got the ball rolling a little bit towards the end of this third quarter. It'll be a 1st down and 10 from their own 43.
I love that decision, just finding your big target, your number one option, right in the slant, and let him push forward for a few extra yards.
4 wide again with the receivers. Moulton in the gun. Moulton back to pass again. Another quick fire to the near side, and it's going to be incomplete with just over a minute left in the third quarter. It's 2nd down and 10 for the Tigers from their own 43.
Yeah, great play there on defense. Almost picked off, actually, by Delta. Doing a good job of playing the outside passing lanes. Only have a minute left in the third quarter. Tigers need to do a good job of controlling the ball and getting some extra yardage before the end of the quarter here.
I believe Boer was the intended target on that pass. Moulton in the gun one more time. Again drops back to pass. Has to step up in the pocket, and he's dragged down from behind. Another sack. Moulton goes down. And in to make the stop was Jennings Wine, the junior defensive end. Flies in from behind to make the stop. Under 40 seconds to go in the third. It's a 16-7 lead still for the Delta Eagles.
That's huge for Delta, making that play at the time they did, almost at the end of the quarter. If they can get another stop on this 3rd down, they're going to be getting the ball back entering the 4th.
Just 10 seconds on the play clock for Moulton and the Tigers offense. Trips out to his far side, 1 to his near. Moulton back to pass again on this drive. And he's wrapped up in the backfield, leading the way, Jennings Wine, and he's finished off by Ryder Turner. Coming in from behind. Ball on the ground, and I think it was still recovered again by the Tigers. And with 6 seconds left in the third quarter, that is going to do it. 4th down for the Tigers, and we'll be back with the fourth quarter in just a few moments. Delta leads 16-7 over Yorktown. Fourth quarter coming after a couple of words from some of our sponsors. This is IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Hi, my name is Jason Warner of Yorktown, an independent investment firm here in Indianapolis. With 10 years of experience as an independent advisor, we provide value to our clients by creating customized investment solutions ranging from managed personal portfolios, 401k planning, and income distribution for retirement plans. We have built Warner Financial with a strong focus in research, diligence to all of our plans, and strong communication with every client. We would love the opportunity to show you our process with a no-cost consultation to discuss your financial future.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Greg Hubler Ford, promise kept.
It's the fourth quarter between the Delta Eagles and the Yorktown Tigers on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. Colin Nichols joined by Vince Reimer. 4th and 18 for the Tigers. And here goes the punt at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Back to return is Cole Maynor. Maynor escapes one, escapes two, and is finally dragged out of bounds around his own 35-yard line, which is where the offense for the Eagles will take over. 11:50 left in regulation. It's a 16-7 lead for Delta over Yorktown.
And right as we came back, a lot could have happened on that punt right there. A high snap, good recovery by the punter, but then almost blocked by Delta.
First down and 10 for the Delta offense. They lead 16-7 over Yorktown. Breaking the huddle and headed back to the line in the gun, Bronson Edwards. At his own 33. Puts Jones in motion. It's a handoff up the middle, and it is not going to go anywhere. Forward progress stopped at the line of scrimmage. That was Carpenter, I believe, on the carry. It'll be second down and 10 for the Eagles offense.
It's too bad based on how well the defense is looking right now. End to end on the field, stopping the run game. The offense just can't get going. But if Yorktown can save them another score here, they're going to have a chance to do something back out on the field.
Edwards in the gun again. Rolls out to his left side. Now fires near sideline. Intercepted! Huge interception coming up for Cole Purdue. Ill-advised throw from Edwards into double coverage, and Purdue read it perfectly. First down and 10 for the Tigers. Quick rebound.
It was an outstanding job being in the right place, being alert, great interception, but I can't help but think, what was Bronson Edwards thinking? He hasn't made any type of decision that poor so far tonight.
It'll be a first and 10 for the Tigers for their own 42-yard line. With 11:13 left in regulation, and they have to start putting some numbers on the board. They'll go two wide in the gun formation for Moulton. Moulton, good snap, fires sharply to the far side. It's incomplete. The intended target on the pass for 22, Sean Gibson. Second down and 10 for the Tigers.
Tough go there. Even when things are going right and they're completing passes, Moulton is starting to get hit. It's the fourth time we've seen him go down in the last 5 plays that they've been on offense. So they're going to need to protect the quarterback. I know that line is tired, but if they're going to get some points here, we're going to need some line play.
Second down and 10. Moulton in the gun. Moulton back to pass. Airs one out. Near sideline. Just overthrown. About 3 yards ahead of Quentin Williams, who's been the deep ball guy all night from Mason Moulton.
I don't blame that logic. Good try throwing on the outside. I like the idea originally. But this is another big third down. They can't afford too many mistakes going down the end of this game.
Third down and 10 and a 3 and out would be a devastating hit to any momentum that the Tigers want to have for the remainder of this fourth quarter in hopes of making their way back into this ball game. Gun formation 4 wide for Mason Moulton. Moulton back to pass again. Pressure up the middle. Completed to Purdue. And Purdue wrapped up at the line. Won't get anywhere. Flying in. Nathan Maynor makes the stop for the Delta defense. Fourth down and 9, and the clock will tick to under 11 minutes left in the fourth.
Great job stopping the man in open field. Delta forcing the 4th down, so now Yorktown's going to have to punt. Again, they just cannot get anything going and build that momentum on offense.
Julian McKay will punt for the Tigers. And back to return is Johnny Maynor. McKay, very low snap. Still gets the punt off, nearly blocked. And this punt is going to roll all the way back, nearing the 5-yard line, and it'll be stopped at the 6, which is where the Eagles offense will take over. When we come back, it's more fourth quarter action. First, a word from a couple of our sponsors. 16-7, Delta leads on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Looking for training that makes a difference? Then Genesis Sports Performance is for you. Whether you're a grade school, high school, or college athlete, or just looking to get back into shape, Genesis has customized programs providing rapid gains in strength and conditioning, speed and agility. Genesis features a 7,000 square foot facility with state-of-the-art weight room and huge turf surface. Call Genesis at 386-7459 or visit them at GenesisSportsPerformance.com.
Back live on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. The Delta Eagles leading the Yorktown Tigers 16-7 in the fourth quarter with 9 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in regulation. It's 2nd down and 7.
Some power running in their own territory. Delta's just trying to find something to get them out of within their own 20-yard line.
And a 2nd down run is going to be taken out of bounds.
Knocked out of bounds by 13. Noah Long.
Coming to make the stop, Noah Long for the Tigers defense. So a 3rd down and 7. 3rd down and 8 for the Eagles offense. 9:29 left in this fourth quarter. The Eagles lead 16-7 over the Yorktown Tigers.
Yeah, Yorktown needs 2 scores here, so they're going to need big stops. They can't afford too much time on the clock to keep going down.
10 seconds on the play clock, and Bronson Edwards comes out in the gun. Edwards. We've got a flag on the field. I think it's going to be an offside going against the Tigers, and it will be. So a break for the Eagles. Yorktown shoots themselves in the foot just a little bit.
So last thing they could afford, given they need more time and they need some opportunities to score. Crucial, knocking some more time off the clock from the Tigers.
3rd down and 4 now for the Eagles after that penalty. And Bronson Edwards will get a new play call from his sideline. Edwards comes out to the line of the gun. 10 seconds left on the play clock. Puts Jones in motion. High snap. And the handoff up the middle is going to be very close to the 1st down. And it will be enough. And that's Bond, who takes it across for a fresh set of downs for the Eagles.
When you need a key 3rd down conversion, look no further than Caden Bond, doing a great job again, getting just enough yardage to keep the offense out on the field.
1st down and 10 from their own 17. Bronson Edwards steps up under center. Edwards. Handoff going around the edge to Ryder Turner. Turner with some room, and Turner somersaults forward for another Eagles 1st down.
Another 1st down for Delta. You got to start making an impact here and put a dent in their offensive flow. Yorktown doesn't have a lot of time to keep allowing these 1st down gains.
1st and 10 for the Eagles. 8:46 left in the fourth. Closing in on the final horn. Coming to the line, Edwards under center. Edwards. Handoff going up the middle to Nolan Carpenter, who only gets a couple. So it'll be 2nd down and 7 for the Eagles offense.
I've seen Carpenter take a few less carries than expected this half. He was the one who really broke the game open and won them the entire game in week 2. So going forward here, it's going to be interesting to see, does Delta continue to run the ball? Will Yorktown get the ball back with enough time for 2 scores with 8 minutes to go in the game?
2nd and 6. Edwards under center. Jones in motion. Handoff up the middle to Bond. Bond will pick up 2.
Peyton Bond, the ball carrier.
3rd down and 4.
Tackle by 16, Jacob Boer.
Ball moved back 3rd and 5
3rd down
for Delta's offense. 7 minutes, 40 seconds in the 4th.
They're doing a great job of staying out there and using the clock. Since that penalty, they've been able to mark down 2 more minutes. Yorktown just doesn't have enough time to keep making these mistakes.
13 seconds on the play clock, 7:22 on the game clock. Edwards out to the line in the gun. 4 receivers wide. Back to passes Edwards. A dart across the middle, it's complete. And that's enough for a 1st down. And Johnny Maynor making another grab for the evening.
Maynor, another 1st down catch. That's his 3rd catch for a 1st tonight, keeping the offense out there.
And that was actually Zane Klein who came in to make the grab for the Eagles offense. 1st down and 10. Edwards in the gun. Fumble. Ball is on the ground and waiting to see who's going to get on top of it. Tigers say they have it. Tigers still saying they have it. And Bond is able to hop on top of it and keeps the ball in possession of the Eagles. Good awareness by Bond to get right back on top of it.
That would have been crucial. That's exactly what Yorktown was looking for and would have been their 2nd takeaway of the quarter. Would have been a great opportunity to get some points on the board, but nonetheless, loss of 2 on the play.
2nd down and 11 for the Eagles offense. Bronson Edwards under center. Edwards hands off to Bond going up the middle. Bond will slip away from 1 tackle and take it forward for a pickup of 4. Pickup of 3 to set up 3rd down and 7.
85, Julian McKay.
We're under 6 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. It's a 16-7 lead for Delta over Yorktown, who beat this Delta team twice last year, once to end their season. And on senior night, Delta, to this point, has outperformed the Tigers on the offensive side of the ball.
The senior night has lived up to expectations. We're getting exactly what we looked for closing in on the 4th quarter.
Edwards in the gun, 4 wide on the receivers, and it is complete. What a grab from Johnny Maynor. Just barely missing the ball. Wilson Webster went right through his hands. Maynor hauls it in. 4th down and 2 for the Eagles offense, and they're going to go for it.
It's pretty good coverage, but even a better catch here.
Edwards tries the hard count, can't get anything to go. 4 receivers wide, 15 on the play clock, 4:43 left on the game clock.
Might be seeing if they're just going to get him to jump on this play.
Edwards in the gun, 6 seconds on the play clock. Tries the hard count, nothing left. Timeout taken.
Timeout, Delta.
By the Delta offense. And with that timeout, 4 minutes, 30 seconds left in regulation, a 16-7 lead for the Eagles.